Hello. Now I'm not muted. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm late. I was finishing up my video. It's been an extremely busy day. I even forgot to change the title.
Yay.
Bill is back. Bill has been away for a couple of weeks. I'm so glad Bill is back. Spoon is here
Hello.
as always. Swamp is not here, so I have to change the OBS. I literally, guys, I've not had a single spare second since I woke up this morning. It's been constant. So we need to change this title. I'm sorry, this is very professional. I've literally not had a free second. There we go. Okay. And Scrump's not here this week, so...
Small mercies.
Hello, how is...
You're fine, calm down.
No. What have you been up to, Spoon, this week? Can you give me a second while I try desperately to catch up? There we go. Okay. All right. No, just say something. Don't let me beat dead air. Could you please not make it worse for me? This is already very stressful. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Hello, everybody.
Like, it's no one's gonna die because you take 5 seconds to dead air is not gonna ruin the show.
Exist.
Huh?
You're fine, calm down.
No, I don't like being late, and I certainly don't like being late and then not having stuff ready because I've literally not had a free fucking second all single goddamn day. Anyway, yeah, how was your weekend, guys? Indeed, what are the oranges for? Speaking of actually...
Or you could have just got you could have called the show just Snatch.
I guess. Speaking of
Chatterbox.
Speaking of Jeremy Hambley, he deleted all of the shorts on his Jeremy Hambley channel and his quartering channel. I don't know why. I think it's because he got a copyright strike and then he just deleted fucking everything. And then I think he realized that, you know, if I delete all these shorts, those are legitimately all of my views on YouTube. So,
I get the feeling that his rep, quote unquote, gave him a nudge to say, I can stop you from getting more than one strike and getting shit canned immediately, but get the rest of this gone. Well, he's got some fucking toady there.
Somebody, perhaps.
Right or die, who hopefully he's burned all the fucking bridges with now.
Okay.
Well, we can only hope.
The stream is appropriately titled considering we're going to talk about Tradthot.
Noticing rep?
Huh?
Are we talking about a certain noticing rep?
Whoever Jeremy's rep at YouTube was that got Kuna Casino and a bunch of other channels banned. Because they normally don't like... I mean, YouTube is very precious about, you know, violations that hurt people's feelings. That being said, though, it's a little bit unusual just how powerful he was in terms of his ability to just have channels deleted out of nowhere with no strikes on them. That was unusual. And that's what happened with the Kino Casino, you know, PPP and Andy Worski show. It's they've still never gotten that channel back. It's been months. And yeah, however, you know, his channel's imploded. But yes, yeah, I don't know, it was Miller time and he just decided to delete all of his shorts, I guess, and then reinstated them saying it was a glitch or something. Sure thing. That's a total real YouTube glitch that deletes every single one.
It was a glitch when I pressed 9 buttons and made your channel disappear.
Yeah, you had a glitch that somehow made it so that you had hundreds or thousands of shorts to be deleted and then come back up.
Well, the fact of the matter is, he could be a perfect golden angel from here on in and do every single thing right, but he's burned all the goodwill he had, so it's fucking worthless anyway. So really, from his point of view, it's probably sunk cost. I'm already a piece of shit. I may as well just keep doing it.
Right. Other thing is, guys, the reason why I'm so late today is because I was putting the final touches and making sure that I had the go-ahead from my sponsor to post my new video on the main channel, on the Aiden Paladin channel, which will be going live, so it's not even going to be a super long stream tonight, but at 11 o'clock BST, so it's 7:45 now, so what is that, 3 hours from now? What is that? Something like that, around 3 hours from now, or 2 hours. Yeah, 3, right. dyscalculia moment. I'm also a little bit frenzied and frazzled from having to do everything, having literally not a free second all day. The new video will be
You
up.
could have messaged me and just said make a thumbnail.
Yeah, I mean that would have been like what, like an
Or
extra
require
minute,
delegation.
or an extra like 5 minutes. That it wouldn't have really reduced my amount of stress.
No, I mean earlier today.
What?
Earlier today.
What?
Aiden requires like 3 hours run up for delegation.
He's cut up. I can't. No, you keep cutting out. I can't. I literally can't hear what you're saying. Did he cut out for you, Bill?
I said earlier today.
Yeah, but that would have saved me like 5 minutes. The thumbnail, maybe 10. The thumbnail wouldn't have cut a lot of time out.
Okay, say it took you only 10 minutes. That would be 10 minutes, and you've been on. Yeah, there we go. That was the point.
We've been on time.
Well, whatever. It is what it is. Oh my god, now I'm so stressed. Okay. However, let's talk about.
Aiden is
you did this.
What?
You did this.
Sorcery?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I did, but it's because
yes,
I had like real job stuff to do, and then I had YouTube
Woman
stuff
moments,
to do,
accountability.
and I had... No, I am saying it's my fault. I'm quite literally the one taking the blame for all of it.
Yes,
because
panic
I
more.
have a lot of fucking work to do. Fuck. Holy shit. Yeah, I actually
so much you breach through a wall of psychosis and realize, oh, this is all very silly.
What?
Who said that?
How foggy is?
Oh, you cut out again.
Spoon, I can't hear half of what you're saying.
Yeah, somebody cut it. Hang on.
Oh, great. It's lovely, guys. This is going excellent. Give me a second to like cool
and
down.
Now?
Yes.
Yes, you know.
Well, maybe now. I don't know. Unless you cut out again in a second.
No, I won't.
Okay. All right. Are you actually here now? Can we move on with it? How was your weekend?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who can hear me.
Can hear you now, though.
We're all Gucci folks.
Is everything okay?
Can we please?
Okay. All right. So here's what I've noticed over the past week. You know, we're obviously past peak woke. That shit's fucking over. And I was just talking, Spoon, you and I were talking before the show for a little bit about how whether or not the Christopher Nolan stuff was a fluke, if that's just because that was Nolan, that's why the Odyssey still did well. And my sort of argument was, well,
I suspect it's probably that.
That's certainly an element of it. But I mean, of course, the way it's going to be and is being sold is that woke finally won. And what I instead think it actually is woke has been put away successfully, but now when things are just slightly less woke because the frog has been boiled up to this point, the populace has been nudged up until this point, that just because it's a historical fantasy film, but based on historical, writings, wherein an ancient historical text, just having a trans woman or trans man, whatever, in it, just having a black woman in it as a Greek, what, really? That's not anywhere near as woke as X, Y, and Z. And so, you're just freaking out, you bunch of chuds. You're freaking out about nothing. Of course, it's still just as subversive and cringe and gay as it always was, but now it's been normalized. And now they can walk it kind of back, and you will seem insane and ridiculous for pointing at things that would have been insane and ridiculous 15 years ago and are still insane and ridiculous. But nevertheless, people have been so acclimated to like the peak of wokeness that this all seems quite mundane and non-serious, which I mean, it is non-serious, but just wow, that's not really woke. Let me show you what woke is. And then they'll pull up something from 5 years ago and look at this stuff, right? We're not past peak woke. They're ingrained in middle management class. They will not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, man. By peak woke, I mean welcome to the new normal.
I've now heard the word so much it's lost all fucking meaning.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
No, I mean literally just a second that went fucking straight through my ears.
Oh my god. So, there's that. And I think part of the stuff is also there's a great desire to get away from a lot of the serious politics because people are very burned out after, your Summers of Love, after your Charlie Kirks, after a lot of these things that...
after a bunch of senseless butchery.
Woke is normalized, the anti-woke grifters. Pick one. No. Those two things are not in any way
anti-woke. They're both shit.
There's nothing that
Yeah.
is it can't that is
They
not
need each
a
other.
dichotomous.
I don't have a finite
Yes,
amount of hate. I can hate everyone just fine.
that is not a
I can be
dichotomous,
sick of
sir.
I can be sick of everyone's bullshit, and I do it well.
There's a difference between there definitely are people. Speaking of Jeremy Hambley, who have absolutely grifted on being anti-woke, who don't really have any strong opinions on this except for the fact that they know they can make money doing it. Those people absolutely
You can
exist.
usually
Clearly
tell when
exist.
someone's taking the piss just so they can get a paycheck.
Yes. By the way, not everybody who's
Yeah.
who's criticized the Odyssey
Physiognomy
is a
will tell you.
grifter. Just to be clear, there are people who are grifters who do that. There's grifters fucking everywhere. Like, you know, that's always true.
The people who are woke are freaking grifters.
Of course, they are as well. There's grifters
Grifter is
in every
in
kind of
my
fucking direction you
fucking
look in.
X profile. I literally call myself that verbatim, and I probably grift the least.
But sorry. When we say that woke has been put away, this is part of it, is that it has been normalized. These things,
the excess of it has been
because
put
it's
away.
yes, the excessiveness of it, the extremes of it, and that was the whole thing. Was like, oh, see, look, we listened and we rolled it back. Not really. All of the same basic shit that was accomplished, quote unquote, under the woke era is still there. The middle management's still there and will be for a very long time. Those people are all put in positions of power and they're going to stay there.
Even the most like milquetoast end of our part of the pool, like retire all government employees, is an axiom.
Yeah, the only difference is now, like I said, I think that the peak of it, you know, it's very much the line from Fear and Loathing, where it's you look up, stand on a high enough hill in Las Vegas, you can almost see the high watermark, where the wave broke and rolled back. That I think that's what I mean by peak, the absolute worst of excesses. That shit's going to be around forever. Certain elements of it, because again, normalized. People are like, "What's the problem with having Black Helen of Troy?" What's the problem with that? I mean, at least that they were only in it for 10 minutes. That doesn't even count as woke. It would be woke if it was 3 hours devoted to Black Helen of Troy. And many people would go shake their heads and go, yeah, you're right. It could have been way worse, you know?
What I find one of the fairest about the Odyssey isn't all the fucking blatant Nolan-esque fucking like racial gerrymandering. It's the fact that they stole a bunch of costume designs very bloodily from indie creators and didn't give anyone a dime.
Dude, some of those costume designs looked awful.
Agamemnon's outfit is like pretty much like one mohawk and a light paint job away from being the Psychus from Astartes. I'll post my fucking
you pointed that out on Twitter. Archeon says, Aiden, I'm so depressed. I share a first name with Jeremy Hambley, and I live in Wisconsin. I want to fight him at dawn for the right to keep the name.
You
you can't go to the Renaissance Festival, so I don't know how you're gonna. I mean, you could challenge him to a duel or something there, but he's banned.
Challenge him to a drink off.
Well, hang on a minute. I don't know if you want to do that one.
Want to lose?
Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of a death sentence, isn't it, or a death wish?
Why?
He's a pisshead. He drinks fucking 2 liters of Tito's in a single sitting.
Look, if I'm calling somebody a pisshead, that's next level, man. You know,
he legit drank fucking Tim Pool's like supply of Tito's dry without moving from his seat.
That is what we were told, right?
Our sources are a lot more fucking reliable than half the dick suckers that we fucking listen to.
Yeah. So yes, we had been told that Jeremy drank a full fucking bottle of Tito's, like a handle of Tito's when he was at Tim Pool's compound before he decided he wanted to be
tequila, vodka, or what?
Tito's is a posh brand of vodka.
It's not that posh. It's
upper middle shelf.
Upper middle shelf.
It's an amber vodka.
Yeah.
You can actually. It's very heavy on the grain.
So.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
a vodka with a flavor other than petrol. Or fake flavor.
This was, of
vodka
course,
is not my wheelhouse.
Oh, I like vodkas and gin. I guess I'm a woman, so I like clear vodka or clear alcohols. What I've been told, though, at least, is that Jared got, which I remember him being on.
You do realize you can get whiskey that is clear, right?
What, like grain alcohol?
Did I just blow your mind?
Like
no, like the whiskey before it goes in the barrel.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, that too. In America, it's called White Dog.
Ha! Finally got the little bastard flies been buzzing around me all day.
You killing a fly? Is that the? Oh, god damn it! It's At
least it's not the weird cricket thing that makes Aiden spaz.
Oh, it's not a cricket. It's a, what are they called, Bill?
Katydid or a weta or
those giant flies, those enormous ones.
Oh, that's a
like,
Maybug or Junebug.
Like that big, and they're just so spindly. I hate those things.
Oh, crane flies.
The crane
Sorry,
flies.
you're scared of so many things. By the way, I did apologize for making you afraid of escalators, but you know what? No, I'm taking it back. I'm no longer apologizing.
Wait. Hold on. How? Explain this.
Well, we were at the bottom of a set of escalators in the London Underground, and I leaned over and said, "Well, look at the bright side. At least it's not China." She took this very personally because this conjured up a lot of live leak videos in her head, and then she proceeded to have a bit of a panic attack.
An anxiety attack on the This was also like right when I got my mobility back.
Like, fucking escalator woman. What the hell?
I've seen too many videos of them eating Chinamen.
You are not a Chinaman just because you is the same weight as one.
Sorry, I'm a little bit panicked today, guys. I'm just.
Well, I got a bit. It ain't half up, mum, for a second there.
TJ Transfer 5 says, "Ave Crown Crew, blessed stream upon you. Welcome back, Bill. Thank you so much, friend."
Oh goodness, you weigh like half of Woo.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back in 1 second. Just give me 1 sec. Hang on.
Talk about
Bill and I will get make fun of me for my escalator thing. There you go.
Okay, let's talk about Deadwood for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, absolutely fantastic.
Fuck yeah, Deadwood.
Oh god, yeah. By the way, sorry I dipped last night. My Discord's been acting really fucking weird lately.
It's all good, man.
Because when I crashed, I was fucking annoyed because I wanted to see the end of it after Trixie shot the fucking the poor girl was killed.
Don't spoil Deadwood season 3 for people. They've got to watch it at their own pace. It's getting on a bit now. They might go back to it. The majority.
They don't know who the fucker is. They just say Trixie shot.
True.
Yeah.
Trixie does shoot quite.
I don't even know who Trixie is.
Trixie shoots more people than Jane does. Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh god, yeah, that's actually fucking true.
Okay, sorry about that.
But
She was a couple people. A little fucking pocket pistol of hers.
Hello. See, I told you.
32 apology.
Oh, alrighty. Okay. Shall we? Oh, so my whole point being though, sorry, my point there is that, a lot of the seriousness of politics, I think, is
weighs as much of a Chinaman and is very scared of escalators. Can we say Chinaman? That's not really racist, is it?
I use the term celestial because it's more classical.
How the fuck is Chinaman? I will never understand. So I use it intentionally because I do not understand how Chinaman.
Yeah, you're from China. You're a Chinaman. Yeah.
If you're a man or woman, because I mean it's at the end, the suffix.
Yeah. China woman.
China woman, a China man. How is this a
Englishman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Celestial doesn't even sound like a slur. It just sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like it boils down to the Celestials had it too good for too long. We need to start bringing back esoteric slurs about them. Celestial is a bit of a deep cut, but it passes for.
You're from Asia and you're celestial. Just like that's your racial slur.
It's purely because the Qing dynasty was a rough patch for them. It was like the start of the bad century. So they take that really personally because that's when they were called the Celestial Empire of China. So they were referred to as Celestials. Okay. But so basically what you're doing, it would be like going up to Germans and just referring to them as like Nazbol or something. You call them because calling them Nazi would just be a bit gauche. Call them Nazbol, really throw them off.
That would probably throw them off, I suppose.
Calling them Nazi might remind them of the last time they had a decent country.
Oof. All right. So, my thesis then for the evening.
I'm terribly sorry you had to suffer the Weimar years, Germany.
My thesis then for the evening, I suppose, and in general about the state of things, is that, well, look, everything has to be palatable. It has to be understandable. Things like regarding the Iran war really fucked with people's a different type of understandable, right? So with the Iran war, really tilted people.
Digestible.
Digestible. Yes. Devolved into marketing speak that makes me want to vomit glass.
Well, actually, when I was talking to Spoon about it, I did say that about regarding putting the woke away, it's very much like the door in the face tactic within marketing, right? So the way that there's two very broad marketing tactics or persuasion sales tactics that you may have come into contact with if you've ever taken a class on this or if you've ever bought a car, because that's when it most often comes up.
If you've ever watched TV.
Yeah, those two tactics are foot in the door and door in the face. Foot in the door is when you make increasing just little additional requests. So it's like you're going to buy this car and you say, okay, we're going to get you the car and it's going to cost you, $25,000 or let's say 30,000. It's going to cost you £30,000 or whatever to buy this car. But then I need you to get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Or no, sorry, probably starts at like 20. Then you work up because, you need this add-on and don't you want this kind of warranty? Oh, and don't you want this feature and all this other stuff. where whatever the original thing is, you end up paying a lot more because it's these increasing asks. Because once you've said yes to the first one, to the first big ask, getting you to agree with subsequent smaller asks is easier. And door in the face works the opposite way, which is you walk in, it's the exact same car. That this car is actually what they really want to sell it for is 30,000, right? If it's foot in the door, then they'll start you at 20 and work you up to 30. If it's door in the face, you walk in, they get $50,000 non-negotiable, and then they talk to you about, you know what though? Don't let my boss know about this, but for you, I'll cut you a special deal and I'll get it to you for 30. And now it seems like they've given you this big thing. They've moved so far in your direction. And that's what, in many senses, that's what the SJW quote unquote woke nudging shit was. Is that just pushed people so far. There were clearly points where they couldn't be pushed any further, at least not now, maybe in the future. But now, walking it back, even though it's still above where you would want to pay for the car, you know, you thought you were going to get it for 20, you're paying 30. Thought you were going to get it for 50, now you're paying 30. Oh, that one seems way better, right? It's about the comparative values here. So people see, oh, look, maybe the Odyssey isn't that woke. What is woke anyway? It's just a black woman. It's just a trans woman or trans man, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's not a big deal, I guess.
Gay.
It is still gay. But
not the Greek kind, unfortunately, which probably would have been accurate. I don't know. So much of it was fucking just bullshit from the Romans.
No, because Ellen Page is a woman, and that they weren't into that, so not their kind of twink.
It just seems to be a cavalcade of grotesques. I mean, I could just go to a fucking sideshow if I want to see this shit.
Sure is.
I really hate that word has been ruined for me, because twink, if you're a World of Warcraft fan, that used to mean something.
Yeah, but anyway,
in real world, yeah.
Did that mean like a low-level character?
A level a character just below a PvP level cap.
Okay.
Usually 19, level 19, and then you just pile on fucking end game enchantments to all its equipment, get all the best weapons in slot for its time, and just fucking rip people to pieces.
Yeah, exactly. V for Vovin. It's like Amazon jacking up the price for someone you check the day before by telling you it's on sale. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff too. Which, by the way, they do with the prices as well. You know, obviously inflation has gone up, prices on things have gone up, and then you'll see all these
price
signs
of fish
on them
has doubled every year for the last 3 years. Price of chicken and beef
it's on sale for 60% off, but the price at the 60% off mark is, you know, 50% more than what it cost the year before. These are just all like pretty basic marketing tactics and persuasion tactics, but they apply to politics as well.
Chicken nuggets go from 60 quid a case to 130 a case.
Nuggy apocalypse.
Don't diminish a severe amount of fucking price gouging by suppliers. It's not funny.
African, did you really go live while your Benjamin Boyce interview was premiering? Spoon did mention this earlier. He apparently reported that with
know
Benjamin
that it was going live.
You said last year?
That was done like 3 or 4 years ago.
What the fuck?
The only reason I know it went up is because someone messaged me and went, "Boys, cool," and I went, "What the fucking hell are you talking about?" And the only thing I could think of was I just looked up his channel and I saw that was live and went like, "You're only putting this out now? This is like 3 years old, at least." I had no fucking idea you even still had it. Like, I probably look comparatively stupid compared to what I know now. So yeah, I have no idea why.
It's truly bizarre.
Late.
Yeah, I don't know. So no, we had obviously neither one of us had any idea that a 3 or 4 year old interview he did with Benjamin was going to go live right now. So yeah, I don't know. Although also I'll say this again now that some more people have come in.
I like the name he chose for the title though.
What was the title?
It's like Confessions of an Internet Asshole.
We're gonna end a little bit early because I have a new video that's coming out on the main channel, and it took me. One of the reasons that I'm late is because one, I was making sure everything got through with the advertiser correctly. And there were some mixes up there, not even on their part. It was like a third party. There was just some miscommunication that made it get lost for a while, but for a while to get through. But also because it was difficult to get this monetized.
Speaking of Jeremy Hadley, don't you just love talking about things behind the curtain of video production?
No. I mean, as in, like, I because it's about women's erotic fantasies, you can imagine that I had to go through several iterations before I could get it greenlit on YouTube. So that's another reason why.
Here's a freebie video idea for you. Remember when you took that Persuasion 300 class? That was basically just like how to gaslight. do a breakdown on how to not be affected by that. Counter persuasion.
Well, I used to teach that. In college, I did. I mean, like my persuasion. Well, I taught persuasion. That pretty much. I started teaching persuasion when I was still an undergraduate. It was my first persuasion class, and then I taught persuasion, yeah, in graduate and doc school.
I'll just make a video entitled "How Not to Be Persuaded."
And part of the persuasion course always is not just what the way we always framed it, that I always framed it at least, is look, technically, I'm teaching you this to forearm and forewarn yourself about these techniques so that you don't get taken for a ride. And I'm not supposed to be teaching you.
Use them on other people.
I'm not supposed to be teaching you how to manipulate people with this information.
But that's inevitably. That's like going up to, that's like a bunch of burglars going like, I'm teaching you this so you can avoid getting locked out of your car, not to break in and steal everything else.
Lock-picking lawyer makes a good living doing precisely that. I don't want to hear about it being a bad idea.
Look, just trying to protect you. I could put real Saul Goodman fucking energy into it, I suppose, in that sense. But, I mean, there is stuff to be learned about in that way. Particularly, more than anything, I really do recommend people look into persuasion techniques if you've never bought a car before or another big purchase like a house, just to be, or gotten into some sort of big investment.
Do not buy anything from a person who wields a comb over.
Probably. But anytime before you make any kind of big investment,
before they got to you.
Big purchase, there's just a couple things that you want to look for, and or not to fall for scams and stuff like that. There's some things to look for in it. Scams are kind of a different deal because they'll use a little bit different.
Scams are pretty easy. Is it done by an Indian? Yes.
Well, and they use different kind of tactics too. But these are more like things that you sign contracts for that you can't, get out of, or that kind of stuff. How to avoid persuasion tactics.
Stalling and racially profiling.
Well, just one of the videos I wrote not recently was about like how people get convinced to vote for one party or another, and that is essentially an exercise of persuasion.
The Ric Flair reference there, Bill.
Try my best.
Thorax the Imp for 5 says, Cooter mogging to own the libs, yay. Yes, indeed. And that is where I think the slop direction, and I'll tell you why I think we're headed in the direction of pure and utter fucking slop. And it's because of things like this, and it's because I see what the White House and the Trump administration tweets, in various different departments tweet, which is the most brain-dead AI brain rot. And it's all they tweet, because they're trying. It's just distractionary. It's quite literally bread and circuses and AI slop. But this is the fucking state of your conservative influencer, Sire. Here she is. This video, honestly, when I saw it, I was laughing so hard.
So many fucking views.
Because 16.6 million views on this. Of course there are. Hey, Giza, thank you.
Congratulations, everyone has seen your Snatch.
I mean, the pose is... we'll go through this. It's every video, by the way. Kizza, who's been a member for 42 months, thank you so much, man, says, your king has blessed the stream. All thoughts should pay 100% income tax. Libertarians stay silent as degeneracy should be financially punished into oblivion. I agree. Watch how quickly these thoughts set up shop, and get upset by the small hats. And upset the small hats. No, trust me, the small hats love this shit, man. They're all about this. This is absolutely 100... by the way, I believe she's pro-Israel. Low IQ takes about Muslims. I think you can make that kind of... Like, I don't know. I've not watched this woman's content. But I'm sure if she... Look, I'm not sure. But I would make a pretty fucking educated guess that if she's got any opinions on Israel, they are overwhelmingly positive. Because this is goy slop. It is peak prime goy slop, designed for Facebook boomers and horny guys who were like, yeah, that's politics, I guess. A woman in a bodysuit with her minge hanging out and her tits out and her feet. Most degenerate of all. It's not bad enough, tits out, whatever.
No one wants to be the guy to point this out because that comes with certain accusations. But her feet look like someone took bolt cutters to them. Her feet are like they look.
Something ain't right.
She's got frog stompers.
She does have those big old frog stompers, bro. This image is literally IF propaganda. Yes, it is.
Built like Frogger. Bitch built like Kermit.
Let's see what bright, brilliant ideas are coming out of the future of the conservative movement here. What's this thought's name? I do have it. It's Shannon something. She has an OnlyFans, by the way, because of course she does. I'll get to it. It's Shannon Savannah
Oh, she's trying to
Cannon.
do product placement then, basically.
Savannah Cannon. And she's got her cannons out, I guess. Yeah, what? Dude, just watch this. It's
Suddenly I'm
insane.
anti-Second
You're,
Amendment.
again,
Put those away.
you're conservative influences, sir.
Can we please stop addressing Ilhan Omar as a congresswoman?
The first thing she does is like adjusts her camel toe to make sure you can see it.
I'm every time I find myself in a situation talking about something like this, I feel like the people who hate watch shit films to review them for money. I feel like I'm like this is some kind of exploitative system that I don't wish to be a part of. She's a whore. Job done. We need not linger, else we catch something.
I mean, she's literally a fraud. This is a person who came to the
response
USA.
go you and move away.
You know what? Good point. That's enough of that. I will do some other stuff about her.
So you're not streaming to us, so we can't see you shit.
What? Oh, sorry. Well, that would be
in this
why.
case.
You couldn't even
Small
see it. So what were you complaining about?
Yeah, thank you. We
Well,
won.
the next thing might be important.
This is just that she has an OnlyFans, because of course she has an OnlyFans. I mean, good God. It's this pose. In every single and I'll show you. It's every video on her channel.
How can I put this point? She's a bit cavemanish in the skull.
Yeah, I mean...
Let me see.
I mean, she's not hideous, but she's not like a 10 out of 10, you know what I mean? So clearly her unique selling point is sitting with her vag out. I mean, look at all of these fucking videos where that's just what it is. It's just that same pose.
That's enough of this whole.
Is that, by the way, fellas, is that a sexy pose? Because I just think that looks gross. This
looks like something dead on the roadside.
Like, what the fuck?
70% of all Pakistanis are.
I am dumber for having heard her voice. Put it away, please.
Bill, at this point, it's quite literally out of my control because it
wait,
froze.
wait.
So...
Can we just keep the freeze frame because the eye level is really funny.
The eye level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bitch got a fucking General
really
Sam forehead.
Elon's gonna tap that? Probably. If he's not already.
Fucking hope not.
She's in decent shape, though. I'll give her that.
She is in good shape. She absolutely is in good shape, but...
Well, yeah, it's all her time spent hunting mammoths on the plains with a fucking broad-ass forehead.
Just what the fuck? And this one of the green pants. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just...
I like the way you've had trouble greenlighting your video, but then this exists.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I said the word pornography like 40 times in that video. So I was like, let me go through and bleep those out.
As opposed to adult entertainment?
Yeah, because I was making the argument that I'm very much making the argument that women's erotica is porn, and that we should treat it as pornography because it is. So that's sort of my argument there. It functions psychologically the exact same way as visual pornography. It is in all, meanings of the term porn. It's just that, but because it's written and it's for women and it's about romance, therefore it's not porn. I disagree. So that was kind of my point.
I like the way all her thumbnails are very, very clickbaity, and not one of them is indicative of
no, it's just her just sitting with her vag out. It's so fucking weird. But yes, your conservative influence, Sire.
You should call this pose the snatch catch.
Yeah. There's always grifting that does go on in the conservative movement. And one of the big ones that also Jeremy Hambley was very guilty of.
Basically just is fucking grifters.
Yes. One of the big ones that Jeremy Hambley also engaged in is the Christian grift. And that certainly came out with Trump after the assassination attempt on his life last year, and after the death of killing of Charlie Kirk and his murder. There was a lot of this, much more, I've been saved kind of stuff, even if not saying it directly. Trump starts quoting the Bible. He starts referencing Christian religion more frequently, and specifically Judeo-Christian religion.
I'll take him seriously if he starts quoting Revelations.
No, he was talking about building the Solomon's Temple, though, which is, what that's about. God, and they're weird eschatological nonsense. But it is funny, though, because it is a grift, and here is Trump. Now, I mean, I guess he's not a Catholic if he's anything. I mean, I don't think he's anything at all. I don't even know what he's LARPing as in terms of denomination. But I at least from my knowledge, within Catholicism, everybody knows the Nicene Creed. So, except for Trump. And it is just funny to see his sort of indifference to this, right?
In the assurance of eternal life given at baptism, let us proclaim our faith and say, I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and
Vance
earth.
knows it.
I believe in Jesus Christ,
or at least
his
can read
only Son,
along.
our Lord. He was conceived by the power of the Holy Spirit
Trump,
and born of the
meanwhile,
Virgin
just
Mary.
kind of looks bored.
He suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified.
It's just
Looked up for Pontius Pilate, though.
yeah, he did. It's all just it's so much of
See,
it.
this is the reason why I don't discuss personal matters of morality, because it's become with everything else like part of a brand, and
yes,
I refuse
it's a
to
brand.
take
Yes.
part in the commercialization of religion. Fuck that shit. So no, I would rather, if someone asks me religious questions, ask me one-on-one away from this slop, because I find it demeaning to Christianity, and
I do too.
actually offends me.
O'Brien's Kayak for 20, thank you, man, says conservatives have been promoting themselves through sex appeal for a while. Early 2000s, there was an email meme about how conservatives were hotter than liberals. There's research on that. I'll get to that in a second. Granted, that meme included Ann Coulter and Laura Ingraham. Well, there is research on that. I've talked about it in my video on the ugliness of left-wing politics. I mentioned it specifically. Ed Dutton's done some research on this as well. He did with Emil Kierkegaard. And
Laura Ingraham is not bad looking for her age, by the way.
No. She, I mean, and Ann Coulter, I think, she at least was like in shape, and blonde and pretty in that sense. A little bit, she's always been a little thin and gotten the Skeletor stuff hurled at her over that. But
yeah, Megyn Kelly's not bad.
No, the research on it shows that people rate when you show it to a group of, you show a bunch of pictures of, an amalgamation of conservative and left-leaning politicians, real ones, and you amalgamate their face into a synthesis, and also when they've done studies on individual faces, people rate the conservative females as being more physically attractive than the left-wing females. There's generally little to no difference between the ratings of attraction for males of either political orientation. And that's without people knowing, right? So they just show someone a photo.
Leadings will probably give away with a swastika on my chest.
You probably could, because you're a bit of a skinhead. Hyper Omnimon for 5 says, harlots posing on the ashes of civilization, listening to women, humanity's greatest mistake. Well, I mean, you technically are doing that right now, friend, but we are at least castigating it.
You're not like normal women, though.
Not like those other girls. Tee.
No, but you can actually say that and actually pull it off.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not like the other girls. I'm extremely nerdy.
Bruh.
Well, no, I'll give Aiden credit. I have to give us some props between all the bullying.
That's okay. I like the bullying a little bit, or I wouldn't hang out. This stuff's also come out recently involving the Tate brothers. And of course, they've been arrested in Florida, and then, they've got all these ties to Trump. We'll just go through this. I've not been keeping up with this. Spoon and I have differences of opinions on the Tates, and particularly Andrew Tate, regarding, I was never a fan of the guy.
He's kind of fallen off, though. I mean, he's not really all that relevant anymore. Like, he had his hot moment.
Well, that's why they're coming for him now, right?
It's kind of like,
he's kind of he's outlived his usefulness within the political zeitgeist. So now they'll come for him, and now he's gonna, actually get made an example of, I think. So,
Half-Life of Galactus these days, 10 minutes.
Has there anyone been actually interesting in the political sphere, like, lately?
Interesting?
Like, anyone new, or anyone breaking ground, or like saying anything interesting whatsoever?
I mean, I find new channels.
Yeah, even.
I find new channels from time to time. You guys mentioned Basic Logic to me, I think, last week. I started watching his channel, and quite a lot of stuff there that I do think is very good. Good content over there. There's always people who are making good right-wing content. It's just what's going to be popular and pushed in the, into the cultural gestalt.
Bullshit, yeah.
Well, no, it's also, yes, but it's what is being promulgated broadly in society. And I think you and I were talking about this earlier, and I think this hypothesis is correct.
Counter-jihadi shite.
It's going to be counter-jihad, a lot of anti-Muslim stuff. And by the way, when we say stuff like that, when we talk about counter-jihad, when we say anti-Muslim, that does not mean that we are pro-Muslim. it means we're talking about this faux, jingoistic, distractionary politics to get you, yes, the saber rattling, to get you angry at the Muslims so that you don't pay attention to why they are in the West in the first
Who is
place.
pushing them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck them. We don't like them either, and we would very much like them to go back. And I don't really care what form they go back, whether it be in a box or not, okay? But when we talk about the counter-jihad shit, that's because that is a distraction. That's all there so that you get looking in the wrong direction
you get mad at the wrong enemy.
effect, not the cause, right? Well, no, I mean, they are an enemy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they are an enemy.
Yeah.
But
they're a symptom, not a cause.
What is arming your enemy? Right?
Like, if you look at people, they're stupid as shit. They clearly can't organize.
But someone can do
So
something.
who is?
Yeah, indeed. So let's give this a read. I have really not looked into or paid any attention to this stuff involving Tate and their arrest.
Neither have I. So why are we?
Because I don't know anything about it, honestly, and I wanted to catch. This is normally I know what's going on. With this one, I honestly don't. And I knew that you at least used to be a fan of Andrews, so I thought we'd at least see what's going on with them. Because
as a fan, I can more. I wouldn't say a fan. It's more I can understand why he's popular.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to mischaracterize you. So Andrew and Tristan Tate, influential figures in the so-called manosphere. That, and by the way, another reason why this is why I wanted to bring it up.
I would say Tristan is actually more interesting between the two of them.
Another reason I wanted to bring this up is because I think this is the direction you're going to see a lot of stuff go in, not in the manosphere stuff, but you and I were talking about this earlier today, Spoon. I think it's going to be a lot of, and I'm saying this because the videos that I've done recently that have done well, which would include the video I'm going to put up tonight, I think, and that will help evidence to me that that's the way things are going. If I have 2 videos that are about men are like this, but women are like this, that I put out in the last 6 months, and they both do really well and do way better than everything else, I think that's going to be evidence that you're going to see a lot of that stuff, and I'm seeing
Welcome
it too.
to the gender grift.
The gender grift, which is, again, why do we have the woman with her cootie out? You know, the conservative ethos. Women be like this and men be like that. That is, to be fair, perpetually interesting to people because sex differences are eternal and something that everybody understands.
And it's not really political.
I mean, it can
Legs
get political,
are like lips,
or you can
they
make
should
it
not part in
apolitical.
public.
But it's perpetually relevant because it's always going to exist. So I think you're going to see a shift towards, in a sense, a little bit more of a, I don't think it's going to be feminism, and I don't think it's going to be manosphere stuff, but it's going to be in that direction of gender differences. It's
going to be returned to 2016 all fucking over again.
Right, they're going to keep trying to brainwash us into being boomers too.
Maybe, because I don't. You can't go
we do
back
not have the resources to be boomers too.
You can't go immediately right back into full-on trans stuff because people were real burnt out on that.
So, I can't wait for 50 million more jokes about how I hate my wife.
Look, I like dogging on women though, so I have no problem with the shift in the grift.
I am probably gonna do a video on that because I know there's a chick called Not So Erudite.
We're gonna talk about her. And her debate with Andrew Wilson. Or Rachel Wilson, excuse me. Yes, with Rachel,
yeah. I only saw snippets of it, and she looked high as a kite and dribbling like some
she learned from the man she orbits.
Not normal.
She learned from the
Destiny.
man. Yes, she Not So Erudite is a Destiny orbiter and is #1 sweeper. And that in that debate, I don't know what she was on, but it sure seemed like coke to me.
Is that her? Is that the fucking? What the fuck was she like?
It's
Destiny's.
I'll just bring it up now since we're talking about it, and we'll get to this.
What was her fucking nickname? It was some really damning nickname.
Oh, Major Metroid for 5 says, "Have y'all seen Steven Crowder's video making an argument for fascism?" I have not, but Spoon has. Could you?
Yes.
What were your opinions on that? While I
watched
find
I watched like half of it. It's like I wouldn't even say he's treading the waters or being edgy. No, his pitch was just look at the time this was brought up. If you look at like Europe and previous places like Chile and with Pinochet. These movements are basically just a reaction to leftists once they get into power. They don't give up power.
Yeah.
It's more what is the reaction to socialist centralizing power, and fascism is just what that thing is called. That's basically it.
Okay.
Like the 15, 20 minutes that I watch. Yeah, so it's not it's very, you know, normie boomer coded. It's basically just describing what do you call it when right wingers react to leftists who go insane. That's basically it. It's not it's if you don't know what fascism is and you're sort of looking into how it is portrayed versus how it actually manifests in when and where, he's a good sort of, you know, stepping guide to that from what I've seen.
Here is the video that has been making the rounds, at least, of a section from this debate.
Oh yeah, this is the one.
Because, I mean,
what's with the 80s fucking shoulder pad thing she's got going on?
She looks like what's her name from Seinfeld?
God, she does a bit.
She's giving me she's got a double barrel. Julia Dreyfus.
She looks like Melanie Mac dressed as fucking Liz Lemon.
Yeah.
It's a pair of specs
or the nanny.
It's very Melanie Mac plus.
What would you even call that coloration? It's almost like carmine. Like it's fucking glowing red. It's fucking made in fucking neon.
It's
a bit offensive. Melanie is older and also better looking.
So this woman, for those unaware, this is not so erudite. She is a major, like I think she's like a moderator for. She's a sweeper for. She's a big supporter of Stephen Bunnell, aka Destiny, and she did a debate recently with Rachel Wilson. That's Andrew Wilson's wife. And this is how it went.
Yeah, so in the case of America,
I'm guessing she got mauled.
I mean,
unless she's trying to say something shady.
Well, just look at the screen, right?
That's usually
just paused on the tweens thing, like.
No, she's like rubbing her nose and stuff, you know. It's gonna get worse too.
Countries that are succeeding as a result of the labor force.
Okay, that's a little one eye went wonky. Did you notice that? Check her eyeballs.
Wait, again, go back to the
First of all, she's tweaking hard. Watch her eyes.
Countries that are succeeding as a result of the labor force being injected.
They desync at one point.
Everyone who wants to work. America's a really good example.
Do you spot it there? Like a half second, her left eye was all the way over, but her other eye was like.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just fucking seeing things. But
I think I know.
It doesn't look right.
I think it was there at the end. Was it like that in the sec? No, it's somewhere around there.
No.
I think I know. I think I did see it.
She's tweaking out as well. What it is.
Oof. So I don't think. Look, if you do a debate with somebody and this clip comes out of it, it's gonna.
Doesn't matter if you won.
It really doesn't. You look like you are fucking tweaking hardcore.
Tweaking.
Like at that point,
and unfortunately, that's what debates really are about. Debates aren't about battle of ideas. It's about who looks better. And
I think that it should just be as a point to make sure, because let's face it, everyone that is in the debate team, so to speak, are all junkies. So if they could just keep it even and just both of them do a bumper coke off the keys right as they start, you know, make sure everyone's in the same fucking playing field. It's like the enhanced game. You know?
At least Andrew just smokes and drinks to calm himself down. Otherwise, I think he would reach across the table and kill whoever he's talking to.
Marlboros are doing the heavy lifting in the emotional processing department, I must say.
That man's probably sold. That man has probably done more for the Marlboro Corporation.
Give the man the fucking jacket.
Than anyone since
Give him
the Marlboro.
He's got the Marlboro points. Give him the fucking jacket.
He should. They should just make him the Marlboro Cowboy. They can't do anything fun or cool anymore, though. So here's another just section from the debate. This is Jay Dyer actually asking a question.
He might be provocative enough that he would be that they could argue it's like, oh, it's negative advertising because he pisses so many people off.
He was there. Oh God.
Not a fan of Jay.
Jay probably did that bitch dirty.
Oh
no, I like Jay.
Okay. I was gonna say I like Jay. So okay, good. However, I must say cool. I don't know what the context is behind this question. I think he says in the beginning to me about having asked me about it before, because normally I would find a question about, oh yeah, you're so well read. Can you name one book by Hegel and one book by Aristotle on the spot? To maybe be, particularly when if the debate's not about that. Those kinds of questions, at least for me, if I'm like in a train of thought and I get asked a question about having to access a different part of my memory and recall something, that would potentially throw me off as well. And I think it could throw off almost anybody. So I kind of asking like, well, oh God, this happened to me a couple times. Like
credibility.
Yeah, this happened to me one time. I got like nerd cred checked at a comic book shop where this guy, this is like way, way before Marvel movies were huge. This is like right when they were starting to get big. So like 2010, something like that. I think this happened.
You got nurtured and failed. I'm disappointed in you.
No, I didn't get nerd checked and failed. Well, sort of. I'll explain what the question was, right? So I'm picking up my weeklies, and this guy's like, he just starts talking to me, like he starts quizzing me a little bit, and he asked me like, oh yeah, well, who's your favorite? He asked me my favorite characters, which that's kind of a fine. That's not a problem for me. But he asked me who my favorite writer was, and so I named off some writers that I like. He's like, yeah, well, okay, well, who's your favorite comic book artist? I'm like, oh, here's some people, and he's like, yeah, well, who's your favorite inker? And the question is absurd because most people who do colors and other work also ink comics, so it's an absurd question. Comic books are drawn in sort of stages where there's like an underline drawing, and then someone goes in and draws the outlines. That's called inking, and then there's the colors. So it's a multi-stage process. So asking who's your favorite inker is already a ridiculous question.
So answer Todd McFarlane to all of them.
I should have just answered Todd McFarlane to all of them or something, right? But no, I remember giving specific answers, and then he got to that and like, oh, this is a shit test. So whatever. It's a little bit shit testy, but only very slightly. And you really should be able to, if you're engaging in a political debate, at least be familiar with just something by Hegel and something by Aristotle that actually is attributed to Aristotle. Anything.
Politics?
This is philosophy. I don't necessarily think that's why I said I think it's a little bit of a shit test and it's not quite fair. But and yet she still somehow
basic politics 101.
And yet
also,
she
Nick
still
misspelled Hegel.
It up. Oh yeah, he did actually. What? Well, this is just a repost, yes. But Erudite, you should have just said, "I don't know" for both instead of guessing, because then you have this clip that exists.
You asked Rachel about Hypatia. So being an educated philosophy person, could you name one work by Aristotle and one by Hegel?
Sure. I don't know works by Hegel.
By the way, if I'd have known that's what she was saying, I would have answered. I couldn't understand her because she just talks like with the drum.
Well, again, learned from the master on that one. We certainly saw evidence of that.
Yeah, Rachel does at least talk slowly. I'll give her that.
Well, she's intelligible, rather than, having the zoomies or whatever was going on
She's not
there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dry Adderall mouth, and I couldn't understand.
You're like slowing down with your age. It's a little hard to keep up.
No,
What-
I'm just.
so-
By the way, how old is Erudite? Because I think she's the same age as me, by the way. I'm pretty sure she is the same age as me.
You're slowing down with your age. Like she's just in
And I don't
normal
think-
pace, and you are on Adderall, you dumbass.
And I don't
That's a
think...
stupid thing to say.
And I don't think Rachel Wilson is that much... Oh, okay, she's not... She is 4 years younger than me. How old is Rachel Wilson? She's probably a little
Rachel, I
bit
think
older.
it's like 43.
Oh, she's 49. Okay, so there's a significant age gap there.
Rachel's 49?
Yeah, apparently. She looks good for 49.
Wow, she's great.
Yeah. However, that's such also a Destiny kind of comeback of old man, old woman kind of shit. Like, again, this woman is just a clone of Destiny in many ways in terms of her argument style and obviously addiction to, or at least let's say use, it appears, of stimulants. That's a very Destiny kind of comeback, though. Yeah, you're old.
So
Like
one
a
from
normal
Aristotle.
person
one from
who's
Hegel?
not on speed.
really
Aristotle would be the
particularly
5
care for
dialogues.
That's Plato.
But-
And that's Plato, yeah.
Isn't that Plato? Yeah.
Yeah. Just say you don't know.
You could have just said politics. Like
Or
Aristotle
just say
101.
politics. This is this debate
Yeah.
con. Isn't just literally say politics. I mean anything. anything.
Yeah.
Not sure. I would have just, if I couldn't think in that second though, because I'm frazzled, because I've just been in a debate, I would have just said, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Honestly, I'm not in the mindset for it. There's all kinds of things you could have said that, I mean, it wouldn't be great either, but it'd be better look than...
Wasn't the Communist
quite the
Manifesto was written in part by both Hegel and Marx?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Engels. Not Hegel, it's
Oh
Engels.
yeah, what am I thinking? No, sorry.
If you're ever in doubt,
I know.
just react. If you find yourself in a
Yeah,
situation
Friedrich
like
Engels.
this,
What the fuck am I thinking?
and you find yourself falling short, just make fun of yourself.
You're probably thinking of the Hegelian dialectic,
Any
right?
fucking...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
I think
humility.
you're thinking
in
about the
face
Hegelian
of a
dialectic
gotcha
and getting it
moment.
confused with Engels would be my guess there. But you
Yeah.
see what I mean? When you put it on the spot, it is.
Yeah, blonde moment.
Oh no! See, this is why you
Yeah.
can't dunk on anybody either, unless you feel real comfortable with it. So, lest you fuck
There's
up.
nothing
I'm not
wrong
that
with
worried about.
humility.
Yeah, that's
Where
what I said.
yellow with
The
pride.
Aristotle question I would have answered because that's Aristotle's work. It's a
But hey,
politics one.
that is why I did kind of steel man her a little bit, saying like I can see myself getting potentially fucked up on a question like that if
Just
I'm
on
not
the spot,
expecting
they'll
it,
fuck anything
you
up.
know. And honestly, I can't even. Can I even think of any
all the
what
blonde
the
moments.
names of Hegel's books are? I don't even think I could name Hegel's books now that I think
I
about
don't
it.
fucking know. Like, isn't one like the phenomenology of the right wing? So you want to think of?
Just a phenomenology of the spirit. That's it. Yeah.
The spirit. I'm
It
getting
was some
mixed up. There's
phenomenology
one on the
something,
right
but I had
wing
to
as
look that
well.
up
I'm
'cause, yeah, I
melding
couldn't
two
remember.
together in my brain.
Hegel and Marx are both wrong and retarded.
I think
indeed.
we'd
Yes, Marx is a
I
student of
think I'd be
Hegel.
more likely to mention like the works of Carl Schmitt
Well, yeah. Well, you and I would of course say
Spengler
Carl Schmitt
or
or
Vola.
Vola. Yes, but
Yeah.
But then again, yes, you know, indeed, Marx's ideas it do come in part from Hegel, because that's where the Hegelian dialectic comes from. So it is a fair question to at least, you would think that the socialist, or I guess social democrat, excuse me, not erudite, which I believe is how she identifies, because she's a copy of Destiny, so Destiny's a social democrat. So I would presume that she would at least be somewhat well-read on Hegel, or be able to list anything from Hegel. That, again, I can understand getting mixed up in the moment, particularly after a debate that clearly had you tilted or tweaking,
I think
but still.
just like, is there any books that you've actually read from the other side?
Oh, look, I'm still trying to read the ones on our side.
I mean, some, yeah, but I'll be honest, I don't often do that either, because it's like, well, it depends. It depends, right? What kind of books on the other side? Sorry. On what other side? There's a lot of questions that could be raised there. Speaking of Andrew Wilson, though, he also, like, there's a bunch of shit stirring going on the right. He offered Candace Owens, what was it, $30,000? $300,000 to debate her on Charlie Kirk's murder and her hypotheses and theories about it. As far as I know, Candace has not taken him up on this offer. Of course she won't. Of fucking course she won't. But I just thought, since we're talking about Rachel Wilson, I did have this with Andrew throwing the gauntlet down on this.
I will say this is not meant to be a slight at Andrew, but I feel, or I actually would say this if anyone did this, but I feel like there's certain things that you can sort of just throw out as a sort of like flex because no one will take you up on it.
It is a flex.
It comes off like that.
Oh, this is a total flex that he's got $300,000 that he can drop on this. You know,
I just meant that he can tempt her into a debate because she won't do it.
Candace Owens makes more money than God on a very profitable grift of selling gossip, politics. Excuse me, selling gossip in the vague form of politics to women. So yeah, Candace Owens is doing quite well for herself.
Of Alex Jones.
And she's not even doing that. Well, she's black and female Alex Jones. Her being black is actually more incidental than her being female. From what I've seen of her content, it is very much like her with her like mug, and she's just thinking like there with the girlies, being like, let me spill the tea of what I heard today about. This is the thing I heard, and so told me about Charlie. I'm overdoing it a little bit, but that is the kind of, that's Candace Owens' kind of vibe, is you're going to sit there and she's going to spill the tea of the latest conservative gossip to you. Holy fuck.
The reliability of a fucking horoscope.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, yeah, it's not very gonna happen, but he did offer it to her.
Assassinated, murdered, shot dead. And to target a grieving widow in such a relentless campaign without any real evidence for any of the nonsensical theories she's putting forward, I think is actually pretty evil. What do you think?
Okay, I have to say, not in defense of Candace Owens.
$200,000 offer for Candace Owens to debate her theory.
What? Sorry. Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell if you were.
Yeah, no, I think in terms of Candace Owens, I don't think this has anything to do with her. But you don't have to be a grifter or conspiracy theorist to suggest that Charlie's wife is insane.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think you have to be.
She's just. Yeah, you can just look at her behavior and go, like, that bitch is out of her mind.
I don't know if she's out of her mind or if she's just an actress.
By the way, she's been pumped with amphetamines until to get on stage.
I was about to say, like,
a disaster either
another
way.
person who, I think is probably on drugs. All these people were on drugs, from my understanding. Not I mean Andrew and them, but a lot of these Con Inc. people, though, too. A lot of them, and this is what we've always heard for years and years coming out of CPAC,
what was
right?
his wife's name again? I forgot now.
Erica Kirk.
There we go. Thank you.
For years and years, I've heard since the first time I went to CPAC. And another thing Jeremy Hanley's spoken about, because this is an open secret, which is that people go to those fucking conservative conventions, and it's just a giant. It's just coke and blow and all, hookers and drugs. It's a big fucking degenerate party. Now, I went to CPAC with Hard Bastard in 2019. Yeah, I think so. 2019 we went to CPAC. No, that was the year that was...
2019 is the year you got here.
Yes, so it wasn't 2019. It would have been 2018, I think, or 2017. 2018, it must have been 2018. We went to CPAC. I think 2017 or 2018. I think it had to be 18. Because Charlie Kirk was there that year, actually. Yeah, and it was Nick Fuentes. It was Nick Fuentes' first one, because I ran into Nick Fuentes. But, or he ran into me and seemed suspicious of my presence. But this is when before he'd like really gotten his big start. But I was a very small channel. I still am, such as it were. And yeah, like we had heard about it even then, and we didn't run into any of that stuff. But that is what everybody knows about CPAC, is all these people are on amphetamines and shit. At least all the Con Inc. people are.
Series on Charlie Kirk with yours truly. I will say publicly right now on your show, we will up it to 300,000 just to have this woman actually debate her views.
Yes, that was the year that Nick got kicked out, because yeah, he was there, and I remember that it was that year that he had actually gotten kicked out, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw him there, right? Yeah, it was that year. And yes, Erica Kirk, I don't know if she was banned from Romania, but there's certainly allegations against her for human trafficking women, or being involved in some kind of weird human trafficking thing in Romania, yeah.
Now, it is important to note, with the matter of people trafficking, there is a very varied crime that can be your usual trafficking girls for nefarious means, or it could be like the guy who made Turn, where he got done for it because one of his entourage, they just dropped off in America.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the specifics of that, by the way, of the allegations against Erica Kirk's involvement with Romanian human trafficking. And it's something to do with an organization she worked with that was called, something Angels. I didn't pay a huge amount of attention to this, because I'm not really in the Candace Owens conspirasphere so much. Erica met Charlie in an airport in Israel. I heard that it was all arranged. He got famous because he sold out to Israel. And yet... he was criticizing Israel right before he was shot, so I don't know.
Well, it probably wouldn't have warranted such a big response if it wasn't someone who was an apostate from the program,
Maybe. I mean, there's not much to this. He's just offered some money.
Yeah, but they can't. None of them can. Not her, none of her orbiters like Baron Coleman and others. They all refuse to actually debate their views. Now, you might ask, why is this the case? It's because she's the pot calling the kettle black. Imagine a woman works for PragerU, works for TPUSA, works for the, Ben Shapiro, works for all of these people, and then says, hey, this other woman over here, she's a clout chaser. It's like, give me a break. Pot calling the kettle black across.
I mean, that part is true as far as I'm concerned. He really should have gotten the fact that it's not just the conservative sphere grifting. It's that before she was grifting in the conservo sphere, she was, doing social autopsy, was a social justice warrior who made a website or service that was all based around cataloging
you name
naughty
a single
tweets.
Female outside of you in the sphere that isn't the grifter?
Me?
Maybe Shu. Yeah.
I think there's. Oh, sorry, I was starting your sleepy thing on, Bill. I forgot about that. But because you're not sleepy, you're here. No, I think there certainly are plenty of people who aren't grifters. There are, but it's also profitable. So and it's difficult sometimes to delineate where that line is, because there are plenty of people who are legitimate. Yeah, AA is completely legitimate.
Name one.
The female.
Oh, a female one. I thought we were.
You know something about AA we don't know.
No. I thought you were saying anybody. So there's plenty of people who are legit. Women, yeah, Shu. I think Shu's legit. Some of my
Stephen
friends
Crowder
are
on a bad day.
But I don't
Shu's
know
a
who my
lefty,
Shu
though.
friends are. Yeah, Shu's some sort of lefty.
Although I will bet you, Shu, if you ever listen to this, I'll bet you I can get you to agree on 90% 50% of like fascist tendencies. Pretty easily, actually.
Perhaps. But I'm sure people have been trying to do that with her for well over a decade at this point.
No. That's because they tried to sway her and like a means to like flirt with her. Like I wouldn't do that. I would say like, okay, Shu, look, here's the thing, okay? I can get on board. I can get on board with like your desire for like a social safety net, and you basically want like ethical capitalism is basically what you want. But when you listen to the right and the left, this is basically what both sides want. They both want their ruling elite to basically behave like a ruling elite does, with like a sense of etiquette and decorum towards the people of the nation. My pitch to Shu would be, I can get on board with all of that. However, all of your problems, or not all your problems, all of the pitches you want to make go to only people of your own bloodline and fuck everyone else.
Guys, I've got an idea. I call it domestic socialism.
There you go. Domestic socialism.
That's not bad.
I do kind of like that. Is that how you sell it to Floyds?
Yeah, bloodline socialism.
How we sell it to Tradthot?
No, you don't mention blood. That scares them. Domestic.
Yeah. Yes, domestic.
I feel like that's just right.
Maybe that. Yes. Leaflet,
that's a pancake
powder,
with just right amount of
Amal's.
brown on either side.
Yeah, there's a lot of the VTubers.
I kind of just want to message her or just like tag her or something and say, "Shu, how do you feel about the phrase domestic socialism?"
I feel like it's because it's from you, and directly after one of these shows, she will immediately twig what's going on.
Blonde. Blonde's not a grifter. I don't think so.
Yeah.
For sure. There are some. Okay. It's just like in general, you're already, and this kind of goes back to the.
I didn't even think of Blondie. Now I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I didn't, because she would be like the first one I would think of. Yeah, Blondie.
You're already talking about an area of interest. She is. You're already talking about an area where, it inherently scares the hoes, in terms like actual political discourse outside of feminist fucking dribble shit. Culture war slop. Anything outside of that, you're talking about actual political philosophy, social psychology stuff, even what I do in terms of the data and looking at numbers, this kind of shit scares the hoes. Power scares hoes inherently. That's why they, women are deferent to power, because that's how, I don't know, we've worked for all of human history. So women get scared by power and are not like interested in it. They might think that they're interested in power, but not.
They're like a desire to read the
our
literature.
Understanding of power exists entirely. Our natural understanding of power comes entirely from its context within the home, of understanding within the home hierarchy, in which a woman, yes, she does have power in the home. She has power over the children. And so the way that women perceive and conceive of politics is entirely within the context of having control over and power over children. And once you understand that, then everything about women's politics and political views makes complete sense. It's like, I'm the adult and everyone else is a little baby that I have to care for, right? So
yes,
well, fine with benefits.
All these insane raping morons that just need love and affection and care,
right?
As opposed to, no, you stupid bitch, that's a dangerous moron that will kill you.
And that is how women's good instincts, natural instincts, are subverted. Because yes, you
have to be honest. If you were to just look at society, women are the dumbest fucking people. If you look at something twice your fucking size and you think that thing needs care, it can't like instantly just like massacre you.
But women have
you have
these
to be
instincts.
Dumb as hell. Not see that.
It's not that it's. I mean, it is dumb. Okay?
Suicide is a female instinct.
It is dumb, yes, but it's an instinct that exists for good reasons. The problem is when you start letting women make societal decisions based on what, yes, in that context is dumb.
Their emotions.
But again, they're emotions that make sense and are useful and helpful, and for the purpose and help with survival within the context of the home.
Child.
Within the context of the home, but now you expand it out to the context of broader society, and it doesn't scale, right? Lots of things don't scale. That's one thing that doesn't fucking scale.
Fucking disaster.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I do wonder if the difference between male and female heights is perhaps somewhat on an evolutionary level spurring this, for the simple fact that, especially in like black households, like, oh yeah, like Shanika's gonna shit out like fucking Requise. Requise is gonna be 6'8" by 13.
Yeah, our son, that's true.
She had therefore his mother needs to be able to emotionally be able to like make allowances for someone who is 2 to 3 times their size.
Sure, but I think that that does underpin a lot of the reasons why women act the way that they do. Arshan says, Aiden, I don't think influencer sphere is a good reflection of whether people genuinely believe the politics they claim. Political influencers are incentivized to lie and scam. Absolutely. That's the thing, too. Like I said, I don't think everybody
Yeah.
involved in this is a grifter. There certainly are a lot of them.
Just most of them.
Also, I know
Because
him.
it is
He's me.
incentivized. Because it is incentivized to lie and scam and to, you know, like we, for example, I don't know how much you felt this way, but I certainly have gotten this shit a lot over the past year and a half or so in particular, which is, why don't you just go, why are you critical of Trump? Why are you critical of MAGA? Why don't you just blindly support the war in Iran? Well, because I see what's going on, I can actually judge it with a critical lens that doesn't just come down to blind devotion and loyalty to somebody who is not, you know, keeping up his end of the bargain, by the way.
You should always be questioning yourself,
Right.
what's going to cause me more pain, my moral principles or the psychological reactance of going against the grain of my faction? If the answer is the latter, if the factions are giving you more grief than your morals, then something is wrong. You need to readdress precisely what is going on.
Yeah. And I mean, certainly a lot of people here, even in the chat, I think we're quite
not sure if I agree
unhappy
with that,
some. But Spoon, I mean, you remember a lot of people here in the chat. I think we're a bit unhappy. I don't know if opinions have changed on that. I think they have, because I think everyone kind of realized over time that we were on base with that. We're on point.
Well, you were right
with how we reacted to. Yes, we were right. I'm trying to not say that. I'm trying to give more leeway that we were largely correct in our assessment of what was going on in Iran.
We were right and you were all wrong. You can bow down and kiss
That's
my
not what
ass.
I'm
I don't
saying.
fucking care about
I can understand it very often.
No, but that is what I'm saying.
It's very, I know, I'm not though. It's very easy when you're surrounded by propaganda in particular.
We would do a good cop, bad
I would
cop.
say we fell, or at least I fell a little bit for the Rupert Lowe shit. When he first released that video, I was very optimistic. I went like, okay, this is good. I'm cautiously optimistic about that. That shit fell apart. I mean, holy fuck. John Cleese has come out today. John Cleese has come out today and said that he supports and endorses
John Cleese
Rupert
doesn't
Lowe.
live in London. His opinion doesn't mean jack shit to me.
John Cleese is a liberal boomer. He and his ilk are responsible for the state of Britain today, and yet have no idea that they are, and nor will ever take responsibility. But if he feels comfortable supporting Rupert Lowe, that means Rupert Lowe is useless. I'm sorry, but it is. Like, maybe he'll win, but what are you gonna do? Nothing. It's just more containment, right? Minnesota Fats for 2 says, in God we trust, all others pay cash, boss. Indeed. Yeah. I need to see some results. I need to see, you know, people actually living up to what they say they're going to do, or at least try to stick by what they say they believe in. And it doesn't happen. People being wrong, that's different. And with some things you are just wrong. And you can just go, I called that one wrong. You know, like it's what I said about Erudite. Just, you're better off just to be honest about it. But that fucks with the grift, doesn't it?
There's so many predictions.
You know? Yeah, and they're only predictions. What was the prediction I just made a couple minutes? Oh, about how I think that the trend you're going to start seeing is a lot of men are like this, but women are like this. And a very simple sort of observational stuff. Maybe it'll be racial as well. It's just like, maybe 90s kind of. This is, again, total speculation. No idea if this is where it's going, but very much like, black people be like, but white people be like. That kind of thing, where it's not necessarily entirely hostile, maybe a little bit of hostility, or a little bit of antipathy, but very much just, let's make some observations about stuff.
We go back to 2001 and the war on terror.
Well, yes, we are back there, aren't we? I mean, despite the situation with Iran, Iran has hit the United States back recently. Trump is threatening that he's going to hit Iran, but he's not doing it. It's starting to look very weak.
Biggest problem is the jihadi thing. Culturally, it's in a bit of a malaise. President is not particularly popular.
No.
He's probably going to lose the House and the Senate.
Yep. Midterms probably aren't going to go well.
Going to get impeached. I don't think much will fucking happen.
I don't think there's no reason to impeach him.
Yeah.
There's literally they won't impeach him because
and
there's
we're
no
going to
reason
get a safe central. Yeah.
It'll be a worse look. It'll be a worse look, and it'll be detrimental to the Democrats to actually go through the impeachment process rather than to wait Trump out. He will be a lame duck essentially, and I mean, what's the point? What's he gonna do? What is he gonna do that you don't agree with already?
Is basically dead.
Yeah, if it's dead, what is Trump possibly going to do that the Democrats don't agree with? Is he going to send back those 300,000 Haitians? By the way, my guess would be on no. I'll believe it when I see it. So the temporary protection order that was on 300,000 Haitians has fallen through under the Trump admin, and ICE is or the DHS is saying that they're going to go through and they're going to start deporting people. I will believe it when I see it. When I see 300,000 Haitians who have had their temporary, right to remain or whatever, their temporary permission to stay in the United States, actually leaving, then I will believe it. Until then, it's a headline to say the Trump administration did something. When I see, I'll
Please
believe
clap.
it when I see them. When I see them on the fucking boats and walking across the border. Or I mean, they go back to Haiti, so I guess I can't walk across the border. When I see them back on
At the end
boats,
of rifles.
Yeah. Yeah, MAGA isn't dead, it's just pining for the fjords, at least on the national level. And we are indeed all pining for the fjords, I think, a bit. Let's see. I'm going to
think
cover
most
this.
people in America would actually favor that. And people in America say we don't want dictatorship, we don't want democracy, we don't want monarchy, we don't want kings. I can guarantee you, if someone were to come to power promising to gut the federal government and lower your taxes, America would vote for dictatorship in a fucking heartbeat.
It was the meme about Trump for years, is that we want him to be the God Emperor. We want him to be King of America, right? That was what that was like
people
the
just
MAGA
wanted him to be
byline.
Andrew Jackson.
And we kind of came in and went like, yes, you do. Yeah, you do want a king. It's not necessarily Trump, but you absolutely do want a king because of the natural hierarchy. That makes more sense, people intrinsically.
It's
representative shit.
Yeah,
doesn't work.
because you're all spiritually, you're all really Europeans at heart, and it is natural for Europe to long for a single ruler, because that's how. Yeah, everyone hates the federal government. Everyone hates the bureaucracy, and the people that you revere are the strong executive types.
Yeah. Didn't ICE shoot a bunch of planes? They shot at like some boats and stuff. Some boats sank, I think, or something like that. That was earlier in the year. I don't remember exactly what had happened there. It's been a while. But there were reports about that. I know that I read that. They're shooting it at dinghies or planes or something like that. But look, that's just my opinion on the Haitians. When they go back, if they go back, I'll be very pleasantly surprised. I hope they do. They've been in the United States, some of these people now. When was the earthquake that they all came over for? Was that in like 2006? The Haiti earthquake? Which is why so many of them came over to the United States in the first place? Haiti earthquake.
2010.
2010.
Years ago.
So 26 years ago, or 16 years ago, excuse me. 16 years ago is when these people got here. They've been living...
That's already right to remain there. If it were a European country, 15 years in,
That's a bunch of people who are on the on the verge of adolescence, nearing adulthood, who were born in the United States. People who are 16, 15 years old who are going to be able to vote in 2 to 4 years. That's
past the age of average death in fucking Haiti these days, isn't it?
Yeah, right? Well, you're talking about people who've now lived here for 15 years, 16 years, who've very likely had children, quite a few children in the United States. So you've got all the anchor baby stuff. And remember, SCOTUS just said that's perfectly fine. So how are you going to get rid of those people? How are you going to get rid of any of those 300,000 Haitians who came to the United States under those provisions and popped out a kid?
As long as people can be intimidated, so as long as women are in power, it'll be completely unfeasible.
Yeah, but you can put it in the headline.
You basically, until we can put a couple of black bloc people's heads up on pikes just to make sure everyone knows we're not fucking around anymore, we're not going to do that. And as it stands, we are still fucking around for the most part. I've got very little fucking time for it. We need to be more proactive.
If they vote JD Vance or Marco, it won't be so. I am absolutely convinced that the explicit direction we're going to go in, and I'll show you why in a little bit here, is that the Republican pick will be Marco Rubio. They have made JD Vance into the scapegoat for all of Trump's ills, and they've been doing that consistently since this administration started. Anything that Trump does wrong or any questions that there are for Trump, it always gets put off on JD Vance. That's just what I've seen. They made him into a meme and stuff, so he seems less threatening, or more, just silly little fat-faced JD Vance, that kind of stuff with him. Now it's done to good effect, obviously by what's her name? Geez, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, and I love her stuff. Linda, who does the Will Stansel show. I love her portrayal of animated JD Vance. Shoot, guys, what's her name? I'm talking about the Will Stansel show and the JD Vance show. Obviously, I enjoyed her portrayal. Alfred Alfer, right?
have no idea who you're talking about.
Emily Eucas. I liked her portrayal of Vance. Anyway, what's my point here? Oh, no, now I've lost my train of thought.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
We know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
In the fucking pitch black.
Don't you remember the we watched it on the show, we watched it here on the stream, the JD Vance show, where, you know, back when they were attacking the Strait of Hormuz. The animation, you don't remember that cartoon, guys? Oh, well, never mind.
I'm a functioning drug addict. What do you want me to remember?
That's how fast the slop cycle works, I suppose, too. Speaking of the slop cycle...
I'm curious as to what the hell you're talking about, because I have no fucking idea.
Well, now I'm going to have to bring it up, since you don't remember.
We're not fucking aborting this now.
Huh?
We're not going on another tangent. Get on with the fucking news.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the
bring me back
Andrew and Tristan Tate stuff here. I know, and thank you for being here, Bill. Let's talk about the Andrew and Tristan Tate stuff for a while. I don't know anything about this either. I saw it happening, so I thought, well, let's just look at it. I don't know exactly what's going on here, to be fair. Normally, I have a pretty good idea about what's going on and theories about it and stuff, but with this, I honestly don't know, other than the fact that I think Andrew and Tristan Tate, particularly Andrew Tate, have outstayed their usefulness. I don't know if they're valuable to the administration or to you know, the zeitgeist at writ large, whatever powers that be, whoever had their fingers in the Tate pie when they were being pushed everywhere. I don't think they have utility anymore, so they are being put away and being arrested. They were arrested in Miami on Saturday, more than a year after Romanian authorities lifted travel restrictions on them, reportedly at the Trump administration's urging. And that is the part of it, is that it does seem that a lot of the protections that have been bequeathed to the Tates came directly from the Trump admin for whatever reason. I don't know. Because
they were... Israelis?
I mean, what country...
I don't know, I'm actually asking.
What country owns OnlyFans or predominantly owns OnlyFans in terms of its CEOs? And
Jews, but he's dead now.
That's true. He is the guy who did originally start OnlyFans, the Jewish guy. But
Yeah.
it is a massive
Good.
it is a massive
He's in
industry
hell.
that has a lot of profitability and a lot of people based in Israel who run it in the adult entertainment industry, if you will, which is what the Tate brothers make the majority of their money doing, besides like crypto stuff. Is
whoremongers, userers, lawyers,
yes,
etc.
they're whoremongers. They are internet pimps. They sell women's bodies online. And indeed, the people most famous.
I don't consider that really that unethical. They seem to. I'm not really sure I consider that all that unethical. I mean, they fucking do it themselves voluntarily. These days.
I mean, they do, but it's the
Iranians
promotion
right
and
with it,
normalizing, which look, anything in order that basically is just normalizing or saying it's okay or it's cool, it's based. In fact, it's masculine to be a whoremonger and a pimp. I don't think it is. I also think that is to be like, I'm a pimp, I'm a gangster, has a certain flavor of a type of urban youth, if you get my drift, right?
It's almost like he's a fucking like quadrino or the fuck. No, he's a half, isn't he? He's a mulatto.
I don't know. What is
Yeah.
is he
His
a
dad's
Hassi
black.
or a
Yeah.
His dad's a black chess champion CIA agent, I believe is the full rundown.
Right, his dad is a
Yeah.
fat, isn't he? Yeah. So that might have been part of the protection there. U.S. Marshals arrested the Tate brothers for extradition to the U.K., where they face more than 50 combined charges, which include rape and numerous charges of abusing women, along with indecent images of a child. I didn't know that one, actually. The brothers left Romania, where they faced similar charges, and were previously restricted from leaving in February in 2025, after Trump officials reportedly urged Romania to lift travel restrictions on Andrew Tate. The Financial Times reported at the time, citing unnamed sources. So that, again, I remember at the time when that happened, it said, oh, the Trump administration totally is how they were able to get out of Romania and back to the States. Possible? I mean, it would make sense. But as far as I know, it was never confirmed officially that and Forbes here, this article is from Forbes, confirms unnamed sources X, right, to doubt. Romanian foreign minister, I mean, I just don't know. I'm going to be doubtful whenever I don't have a source. Source? Do you have a source for that? I don't mean it that way, but if you're just saying, somebody told me. Nah. Romanian foreign minister Emil Hurizinu. Wait, here, Bill, what do you make of that?
Yeah.
Hurizinu. Anyway.
Hurricane.
I
believe it's Hurricane.
Need your help with spelling here.
Anyway, Romania's foreign minister, whose name I can't pronounce, said publicly he discussed that the Tates with Trump's special envoy Richard Grenell at the Munich Secretary Conference in February 2025. He discussed it. Sorry, the
Perazino, I got it right. Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice. But didn't feel pressured to make any decision. Grenell told the Financial Times last year that he had no substantive conversation with the Romanian foreign minister, but didn't explicitly deny discussing the Tate brothers, adding that he supports them, as evident by many publicly available tweets. End quote. Trump's eldest son, Don Jr., publicly spoke against Tate's detention in Romania, calling it absolute insanity in 2023 tweet, and appeared on a live stream with him in 2024, telling him, "You've got people attacking you as far as I'm concerned," while Trump ally and billionaire Elon Musk has also backed Andrew Tate's take on UK politics in a 2025 tweet. Trump's youngest son, Barron, also cultivated a relationship with Andrew Tate, as Barron helped with outreach yeah, I didn't even know this until I read about this earlier too, is that apparently the Tates got in close with Barron in some capacity. Let's see, helped outreach with young men during Trump's 2024 campaign. Multiple outlets reported, though a spokesperson for the Tates previously told the New York Times its finding about Barron's connections to the Tates were fake news. Tate repeatedly praised Trump and urged his followers to vote for him in 2024. Tate said he spoke to Barron. Look, I don't know. This shit's some fucking weak sauce, if I'm being honest. But, like, this is the supposed connection, right? That the reason why they were even allowed to just kind of, like, be extradited, why they were allowed to stay in the United States and not get, actually, these charges put on them in the UK and Romania is because they're deep in with the Trump administration. I don't know. But I think the Trump administration is corrupt as all fuck. So if the Tates have outlived their usefulness, yeah, I'm sure Trump would absolutely just be like, I don't really care, whatever. And they're out. Their utility is done, whatever it was in the first place. So I don't know. And much with stuff I previously discussed with the Tates, I genuinely don't know. It's all seedy and skeevy and greasy as far as I'm concerned. So that's about all I have to say about that. I have no idea. I don't know if anyone does. I think that they don't have the political capital they used to. They don't have the attention. And so what's the point in keeping them around? If nothing else,
half-life of a grifter these days is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You gotta work for them 15 minutes these days.
Indeed. So this is what I was saying a little bit earlier. I mentioned Trump is talking about how there's going to be a massive attack on Iran, the biggest one since Operation Warp Speed, or whatever the fuck was it? What was it? Was that what it was called? No, Operation Warp Speed was the COVID thing.
No, Warp Speed was the Kufia.
Yeah, what was this? An Epic Fury. Epic Fury.
Yeah.
God damn it. Right, sorry, it was right there.
Something Fury, yeah.
Yeah, Trump said on Thursday that he is seriously weighing a restart. Let me zoom in here. There we go. Weighing a restart of major combat operations in Iran, including strikes larger than those carried out during Operation Epic Fury. I am considering a massive attack bigger than ever before. Oh, bigger than ever before. I'm close to making a decision. We're all set for it, the president said in a brief interview. Gave no deadline. And I think he's dragging his feet on this because this war is deeply unpopular. It has... We've won it 50 times by this point. So every time you re-engage in it, it says that you've not... It's a reminder to people that, wait, I thought we won that. I thought that was over because I thought we won. Well, this whole thing is that was... No, this is not another forever war, guys, right? We're going to be in and out, just like Venezuela. We're sitting here 6 months into it. 7 months?
It must have been great for Venezuela to realize that they were like the priming.
Yes.
Like they were the fucking... Oof. They were the scapegoat, like, war for all the other fucking horrific, long-winded dog shit that was going to go on.
Yeah.
Get one fucking quick,
we
smooth
said
one
that
for
at the
victory lap.
time. And we've been proven, I think, correct by history, vindicated there, is that, yeah, Venezuela was the warm-up there so that people would be like, well, Venezuela was easy, so clearly Iran will be easy too. Very different situation. And we were saying that from the beginning, because of course it is. Of course it was not the same thing, you know?
But we need to get an Israeli.
No one really knows what the hell is even going on with Venezuela either.
No.
Well, currently there's a Israeli shill in power, so that's what.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep. Excuse me. I'm talking a lot. I'm losing my voice. Try not to. Yeah, bigger and better than ever before. Gave no deadline. He told two other U.S. officials. Confirmed that no orders had reached the military. Trump said Israel would join in 2 minutes if I asked them to. Are you sure about that? Because they didn't before.
They've literally never taken part in any conflict that wasn't them actively being aggressors against the United States.
Yeah. Well, they'll engage in aggressive conflict against, I don't know, all their neighbors.
They've never been called in as a military ally.
Syria, no, because you absolutely can't rely on these people. They will tell the United, they will order Trump like a dog around on what to do with Iran, but they're not going to get involved.
You can rely on them to never actually stick to their word because they're fucking Jews.
Right. But I mean, that's the whole. But they're our greatest ally, our only ally in the Middle East. It just happens to be an allyship where they don't.
I do love the quote from the people who just go, "Well, I'm not against Jews, just the state of Israel." I'm like,
oh yeah, no other allies in the Middle East. Tell that to all the people you sold arms to in the 70s, mate.
Maybe.
I should know. My granddad sold it to them.
Maybe, right? Huh?
You're still selling military hardware to like all the countries that you think that the Americans haven't touched with a barge pole. You've been selling oil and arms to them for fucking decades.
For decades, yes. Yes.
Kuwait, all the fucking warriors.
But he insisted, Trump did, that we don't need anybody for a new operation, warning there would be consequences for Israel if it took part in not likely Iranian retaliation. In other words, Trump is just giving Israel the okay here to not help. Because, well, if Israel gets involved in their own war, well, then Iran might retaliate against poor little Israel for whom this war exists in the first place. We wouldn't want that. So, in fact, it's a good thing that our greatest ally not get involved in their own war. Right?
Well, if you're a civilian in the area, you'd probably agree.
Right, Zion Don?
I sure like my...
popular in Israel either.
No.
No.
He described Iran as willing to talk, but unwilling to settle. That's... because you're... The only thing that you will accept, essentially, is their complete and utter fucking surrender. So that's why they're not
Considering Iran is known as the graveyard of empires, attacking them is a really bad omen.
Right? Or is that Afghanistan? What country is the graveyard of empires?
Afghanistan.
It's Afghanistan.
It's Iran.
No.
Afghanistan.
It's Afghanistan, yeah.
You sure?
Both have been called
double check. I'm pretty sure that the graveyard of empires is Afghanistan. Graveyard of...
I'm reasonably sure.
Is Afghanistan, yeah.
What should be Syria?
Yes, it is. It is Afghanistan.
Is it Syria?
That's Afghanistan.
Then I had to rethink that for a second, too. After you said it was Iran, I was like, no, it's not. But which one is it? Oh, it was Afghanistan.
I could have swore someone said it was Iran.
I mean, it's the same kind of region.
Anyway.
Well, look, you don't go fight a land war in Iran. It's a natural fortress, right? It is, in a sense, also a sort of graveyard region of empires. You don't go fuck with the Persians, man. That's a bad idea. It's a natural land fortress. Bad move. And then they're all built in there, too.
Anyone on the peninsula unless it's India.
Well, they're built into the mountainsides and stuff because you threw their country into chaos when you overthrew their fucking democratically elected government in the 1950s when the CIA did that.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, there's been conflict.
Install a dictator.
And then the Islamic Revolution happens. So, yeah. And then you install a fake fucking puppet king. Then there's an Islamic Revolution, which I'm sure the United States was also involved in. I don't know the exact way in which Israel was involved in. Yeah, as they are in all color revolutions.
I imagine the Shah probably lost his legitimacy with the Western powers that installed him.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea was to bring it back. We'll just do it again. Do the same thing again, right? Well, it's not working. Oh, and that's what the Iranian people want. Don't we care about? Yeah, in the name of spreading global democracy, let's reinstall their king.
By global empire, we mean more oil.
Yeah, right.
Always comes back to resources.
Well, yeah, and the United States wants access to the Strait of Hormuz. You know, we've always been at war with Bossing, right? Or we've always been at war. Sure, I mixed those two up. We've always been at war with East Asia, and there is no war in Bossing, say. It's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. We have been at war with Iran for 48 years, since we couped their government, which we totally didn't do. They've been at war with us because they shout death to America for absolutely no reason, not because we totally didn't coup their government in the 1950s. And
yeah, that's the one thing I just find bizarre about the Americans. They just scream, "Well, we've been at war with them for 40 years." For no reason, like you may want to look at why they chant at America, like what they do.
They hate us because we're free.
Yeah, that's just American cope.
Yeah, it's also really fucking politically ignorant. But most people don't have time to pay attention to politics. They just hear slogans, right? We've been at war with Iran for 48 years, so I guess we were. I guess there is no war in Bossing, say. By the way, the new Avatar series looks awful, predictably. I don't know. Break had like, the more time goes on, the more convinced I am. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, Spoon. The more time goes
No,
on,
I have no idea.
the more I am
Nope.
absolutely convinced that Avatar: The Last Airbender was a complete and utter fluke, because Bright are just incomprehensibly incompetent. The new
Are you having a
cartoon
nerd
show.
off?
What?
Don't look at me. This is a single player nerd off.
No.
I've never watched any of Avatar. I unfortunately got sucked into buying the fucking platinum game, which was dog shit.
The
It was
fighting
based
game?
on Korra. No, the Korra
Oh, no.
character action game, which was absolute drivel.
I heard it wasn't very good. Roman Michigan says Iran ain't got any freedom fries. That's why they hate us. Indeed, sir. We do need to give them some freedom fries, but I think
There is a bunch of Americans who unironically believe that kind of stupid shit.
yeah.
I don't even like. I'm so sick of irony.
And I think
Very
that's
sick of irony.
why I think what you're gonna get is the next step from the Republicans is not gonna be JD Vance because he's the scapegoat for Trump. It's gonna be Marco Rubio, and it's gonna be return to freedom, free holies this time. I'm pretty sure that's the direction, because we're gonna have to be in terms of like, turning the pressure valve to release some pressure, right? One of the things that's gonna have to be pressure released is how many fucking immigrants are in the United States. How many South American, Spanish-speaking immigrants are in the United States.
Yeah, so
and
we're gonna
in
have a
order for
Cuban
you to
president.
get more accustomed to doing that, you're going to put a Spanish-speaking, right-wing conservative president in there representing the Republicans. I'm calling it's Marco Rubio. I don't think Marco Rubio is a kick a Chad. I
don't. Okay. Here's the thing. It's not about.
He's
He's
establishment
just doing
as
the
fuck.
nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Listen to Rubio, he's going into job.
Yeah, I don't see there's any kind of right-wing maverick in the Republican Party.
No.
I don't think there's particularly a left-wing one either.
No, I don't. The Democrats don't really have anybody.
I did.
This is the perpetual just cycle of slop and shit that we have to live through all the time. We're just, here's the new thing, here's the current thing to get upset about and pay attention to, and then it just gets moved in and moved out forever. And just what is next thing to get upset about?
I did see a whole bunch of Jews voted for Moran Zamdani, whatever the fuck his name is in New York.
Moran Zamdani.
He has responded. Yeah,
I like Moran Zamdani. That's pretty good.
Did I call him that?
Call him that, yeah.
Who was it? Which Indian
It's
guy?
Moran Zamdani, by the way.
Because I was mixing him up with a Jeet pie.
No, with a Jeet pie. It is Zoran Mamdani, but I like Moran Zamdani or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, but
evil,
yeah,
evil race Wolski.
Yeah, he has responded by
like
not
evil race
appointing a
Wolski?
single Jew in his judges.
Is he not?
And
Yeah.
someone complained. He's like, yeah, Jews are like overwhelmingly represented as judges in the New York State. So to actively have a whole bunch of judges that are not Jewish is a deliberate move.
It is.
And
I mean, it has to
apparently
be.
a bunch of Jews are really
Jewish
upset about
people
it.
have a
Yeah,
very
I just thought it was
powerful
quite funny.
voting bloc in New York. Yeah, there's a lot of them there.
And they didn't get rewarded for it. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Who are the Dems going to put up? Got my money
And
on
don't get me wrong,
Hunter
his
Biden.
economical policies are completely retarded, but yeah.
They are trying to rehabilitate Hunter Biden. I don't. We're not going to watch all of it, obviously.
By having him on with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, but that is a rehabilitation of him because they're making him seem human and normal.
I've seen so many
and
memes about that.
They still have. I actually do think. I actually kind of had that thought when I saw that he did that interview with Fuentes. I thought, my question is, okay, why? Why the fuck is this allowed to happen? Why is this happening? And then I did have that little thought in the back of my head, is that, are they gonna fucking run Hunter Biden as this redemption arc, right? I can see people actually kind of eating up that slop. I can really see people eating up that slop.
If I see fucking Fuentes, put him up as a
I
candidate.
can see that appealing to some Gen Xers, whatever boomers are still around by them. You know, against Marco Rubio, and Rubio wins. It depends. It depends on the.
Say, I have a dick and I do drugs.
I actually think that Hunter might look like the more masculine one against Marco Rubio in that, because it's like, yeah, sorry, I did a bunch of blow and hookers. You know, I mean, kind of.
Oh my god, he's gonna be like Bender running for president.
I think people will be like, oh, badass. I wish I could do a bunch of blow-in hookers while making a shit
would
ton of
do that,
money
yeah.
on a fake job that my dad got me, working for an oil company, energy company, excuse me. Jeffrey Epstein for president 2028. It's
Not
always
this much
going
of a
to be
difference.
some variation of that. Like, how many degrees separated is it, right? You told people to vote
Yeah.
Democrats. That why?
Let's get
Yeah,
Newsom thing.
I mean, Fuentes did do that. Yeah. I'll finish reading about this Iran stuff here though for a minute before we get into that. The U.S. has escalated strikes over the past 12 days to halt Iranian attacks on commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, with Tehran showing no sign of backing down. Houthi rebels have now begun striking Saudi vessels in the Red Sea. Oil has climbed past $100 a barrel, and a full return to full-scale war remains deeply unpopular at home. So yet the Trump and the Republicans are in a tough spot because the Iranians are retaliating, and the United States would sure like to be done with this by now. You know? So, and I do think on some level Trump got sold.
They didn't want to do it in the fucking first place.
Yeah, I think Trump did get sold because he's a rube in this as well to a certain extent. He got sold by his handlers. This is going to be an easy win, and you're going to come out of this. It's going to be another Venezuela. You're going to look great. You're going to have so much more to brag about, which of course Trump cares very deeply about his ego.
Feels these math. Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's obviously not anyone who has even one iota, the smallest amount of political acumen could tell you that Venezuela is not Iran, and that was never going to work out the same way. You can't just go in the middle of the night and assassinate, you know, and take out their president, right, or whatever, and as was the case in Venezuela, and just move on. And by the way, it's really unclear about what's going on in Venezuela anymore, too. Drew Carey for president. Who that would be good for whose line? I mean, it's essentially what we're living in, right? So Trump says U.S. to deliver beating to Iran after bases are again targeted. So it's a lot of saber rattling. Promises major escalation.
I'm amazed how often you just say the same thing over and over again, and people still buy the shit.
I know. So quoting Trump, Yingst said the president promised to beat the fucking shit out of them. We'll be hitting them hard, Yingst reported the president saying. And this is, again, secondhand source, right? Who's Yingst again? Fox News reporter Trey Yingst on Wednesday. They're going to get a beating. The report came a day after Iran said it attacked U.S. forces at a military base in Jordan, the latest salvo in a 5-month-long conflict. Speaking to reporters from the Oval Office, Trump confirmed the plan to retaliate following the attack. They know it's coming. That's not a good sign, right? If your enemies know that it's coming.
Why should they know it's coming? Yeah, that's it. Why?
Yeah. Digital Foil ate 2 Chipotle burritos yesterday. Pray for you. I shall, sir. Fuck. It would be an errand for some troubling times. Let's see. They're asking us not to do it, but you know, they get tired of shooting at us last night, or they tried shooting at us last night, so it's our turn, and we'll see if we get there with an agreement at some point, but we're gonna hit them very hard. What have you been doing the last 5 months? But this was another easy and out war over. I thought we won. I thought we won. I thought we won 50 times over. What's going on? I thought we won.
Why are we even there?
Oh, we know why.
Greater
Israel Project, sir. I mean, this is, you know.
But that's not going to work.
No, it didn't work. But.
Yeah, well, Israel does not have the manpower to take or hold any other territory outside of its fucking borders.
No.
Like, America can't even help
the proxy for the end
That's
of the
why
world.
they're using America as a proxy to do it, yeah. To try and do that for them, essentially. Okay.
Oh, don't expect sense out of a death cult.
No. Fighting threatens to again derail the latest detente after the U.S. paused its strikes for several days, starting on Saturday following 13 consecutive days of attacks. Ceasefire reached last month, as part of which was never a ceasefire, part of a memorandum of understanding. Remember the memorandum of understanding that was terrible for the U.S., in which we got nothing, and Iran got everything. Between Washington and Tehran dissolved in early July, which we said it would at the time. Tuesday, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard said it targeted an airbase and U.S. Central Command center in Jordan. And that is in part because the reason why they're doing that, by the way, is in part to get back at some of their neighboring states, right? Which is to say, kick the U.S. out of your countries. This is not a message to the United States as much as it is a message to Jordan. Stop working with the United States, or we're going to keep attacking you. You have to stop working. You have to stop being puppeted by these people, or we will keep attacking you. It is not, this is less a message to the US than it is to Jordan. Why, when this all popped off, what was the first thing that Iran did, by the way, was attack a bunch of the other Gulf states that had US military bases. These people are not trustworthy. They can't, I mean, we've proven it. We started this by attacking them in the middle of the night, in the middle of peace talks, in the middle of talking about, you know, long-term peace agreements. So you can't trust them. You can't trust the United States. They will do that. We'll just go in and say, well, I know we're in the middle of discussing peace, but we're going to go kill your holy leader, your religious leader. You can't, I mean, I can understand exactly why the Iranian government feels that way.
You won't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't.
The white flag of peace means nothing if there's a fucking laser designated red dot on it.
Yeah. Yep. As long as threats against the Islamic Republic of Iran continue and illegal and vicious actions by American forces against our interests continue, the resistance will continue, it said. CENTCOM, meanwhile, described the attack as attempted surprise attack on U.S. forces based in the Middle East. Again, the whole reason there is because it's Jordan. This is what you get as long as you side with the U.S. You will be attacked because the U.S. They're not trustworthy, and you have a foreign army stationed in your land. By the way, and I have noticed that we've heard less and less people are not talking about Iran. They don't want to talk about Iran for obvious reasons. But this shit's still going on. There's a lot of other distractionary shit that's out there, but I do like to bring it up from time to time to make sure that people don't forget what the fuck's going on. 600 people, and this is, U.S. troops, 600 U.S. troops have been injured, 18 have been killed. That's what has been admitted to. I imagine it is much higher.
Way higher than that.
And wounded may mean, walking wounded, it may mean someone with crippling
injury. It could mean something, what does that mean?
Life-changing or
600 in general. 482 wounded, 18 deaths. Where did the 600 come from then? It was 16, what's the 600 number then at the top? I know whoops, sorry. I knew I read the 18 deaths because I double-checked that when I saw this earlier. Where's 600? 600 casualties and quiet database update, right? Yeah, they don't want you to know about this.
6 million.
Always interesting 6 numbers, isn't it? Dispute comes after the collapse of the ceasefire with Iran, resumption of near-daily airstrikes beginning on the 6th of July. Enlisted officials have questioned whether casualties from the renewed fighting should be countered separately from Operation Epic Fury, because they would sure love to do that, wouldn't they? Trump admin is seeking to classify the renewed military campaign as separate from Operation Epic Fury. The U.S. Look at this. It's so fucking convenient, isn't it? No, you can't include the casualties, the injuries, and deaths that have occurred to American soldiers or civilians in Iran, along with Operation Epic Fury, because this is Operation Dookie Butt. I don't know. Does this one even have a name? Did he? I don't think he even gave a name to this. Whatever this is, doo-doo, whatever it is. That's not Epic Fury. That's so stupid. It's the same thing. You went to war with Iran. It's all the same thing. Operation Epic Bacon, yeah. That's sufficiently boomerish, right? Bacon strips and bacon
really
strips.
Should be said that anyone over the age of 60 shouldn't have the vote. And not anyone below the age of 25.
True. Let's see.
Unless they agree with me.
Changes tied to the War Powers Act of 1973, which requires the president to end military operations within 60 days unless... That's, again, all of this was also a workaround of that, so that Trump wouldn't have to get congressional approval for an extension. So we'll end it, and that's why it can't be Epic Fury. I mean, at least in that sense, that Trump's administration has a sort of legal reason for doing this, which is so that they can just keep this war going in perpetuity while still claiming that it's not a war. Because Congress...
Edom's not destroyed yet. People that hate the Jews just enough...
That's, by the way, such tricky, sneaky Hebraic logic, right? Do you know what I mean?
Words meaning twist like a snake.
Right? In terms of, well, Congress hasn't actually, because I just used my power as the president to start a war, and Congress hasn't, agreed with it, it's not really a war. And then we'll end the not war before Congress has to actually vote on it. That way,
blah, blah, police
we've
action,
not done
blah,
that. We've
blah,
actually never been at war with East Asia. And isn't it fun, friends? Isn't it all so
No, it's not.
tiresome?
What term were they using for the day the boomers all die or get disenfranchised?
The day of the pillow.
Day of the pillow. So for some reason my brain was like the day of the pacemaker.
It's not far off, actually.
Trump admin has argued that the April ceasefire with Iran paused the clock on May 1st for the conflict's initial period, and therefore, you know, you need to get doesn't need approval. He starts it up again.
Until all the fucking boomers die. It really is.
I don't know. This is an extremely unpopular war. Obviously, people are not happy with this shit. People are not gonna be happy with the fact that yes, petrol is up over $100 a gallon again. So. We told you at the time this is going to be a forever war. We're going to be in this for years because it's going to take a very long time to get this shit cleaned up.
Wars linger long, the substance of the masses is extinguished. It is simply eaten up in process. Like, this is fucking Art of War 101.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fucking tricky to know that wars make everything expensive.
Indeed. Now, Lindsey Graham, of course, has died. And I would say this for Trump. He at least was somewhat honest. The only one, one of the only people who spoke at Lindsey Graham's funeral who was even the slightest bit honest about the guy, which I do somewhat appreciate. Just because I think Trump was just, he had no idea.
Let's face it, Graham was involved in two things, bumming and bombing.
You know?
If he'd run for Sinn Féin, he'd have got in.
Right, and it was funny because, you know, when he passed and stuff, there was all this, Trump supposedly was crying and his greatest friend, he did sound like he was crying in that call. We listened to it when he died. He called in and it sounded like he was in tears.
Anyone who cried for Lindsey Graham, that should be grounds to completely delete your franchise.
Yeah.
If you believe in such a thing.
Yeah, he called into Fox News or something, and he sounded like he was in tears talking about it. But here he is at his eulogy.
I will tell you, he never saw a war that he didn't like.
Every now and then, okay, I swear, every now and then, Trump is allowed to rewatch like 2 to 3 episodes of Deadwood, and he just tries to be elsewhere engine for a sentence.
Or something, right?
Because that was a very swear-engenic.
It was, even in the delivery. Never saw a war I didn't like.
No. That is up there with, you can't cut the throat of anyone whose character would improve.
Right? That's good. It keeps going. I mean, he softens on it a bit, but just like straight out the gate. Never saw. All the rest of them are gonna just suck him off, right? But not honest. Trump's a bit honest on it, at least. One good thing I can say about Trump of late. At least he was sort of honest about Lindsey Graham.
One look at Lindsey Graham. That man's been sucked off enough.
That's true. Very true. He did like a good.
It can be said of most of the men in any kind of political power in the U.S. and most of the women too.
Indeed.
Imagine.
Only his true friends would understand that, but he wanted it for the good of our country.
Only his true friends would understand just how much he never saw a war he didn't like, but he did it for good reasons, sure thing. Here's some of the others.
Only his true friends would understand he's a warmongering son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Do you think part of it is like, hey...
Hannity, yeah.
Do you think Lindsey Graham's thinking to himself, hey, if we start a war here, it'll displace a bunch of young men who don't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Right, new place to stay. And my couch is right there.
He was often unfairly characterized as a warmonger.
I mean, imagine being Sean Hannity and having to go up after Trump has just been like, yeah, he was a fucking warmonger. Never saw a war he didn't like. And now you're Sean Hannity and you've got this speech prepared.
Who's, by the way, slowly turning into John Goodman. And I mean that in a derogatory manner.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking funny, though, is this Trump's like, yeah, he loved war. And if you really knew him, you would have known how much he loved war. He really loved war. Sean Hannity's come out and be like...
I've got a very strange question. Does it feel to anyone else like this plinth was at some point gold leaf and they painted over it? Does anyone skip that? Because it looks very, like, bad, shittily painted.
Yeah, it looks like it's been painted like a.
The thing I'm just noticing is how freaking fat Sean Hannity.
Yeah, it's gotten a bit to be.
He looks like my boss.
Huh? Well, he's getting up there, so yeah.
I've heard that false criticism a lot.
The one the president just gave him?
Yeah, from the president that was dishing out like not 30 seconds ago.
Well, I don't know how close these were.
Are you trying to counter Trump?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just setting him up. I'm sure he just wrote this.
Do you think Trump is sitting in the audience right now just going like, I know I made him say that?
I mean,
it's gonna be
I'm
great.
sure, obviously, Hannity had this written beforehand.
That's a face of a man
idea that Trump was just going to be like, "Yeah, he loved me."
No, there's a face of a man who showed Trump his speech beforehand, and Trump changed his
just
to fuck with him.
Mention Lindsey Graham loved war, just to fuck with Hannity.
Hannity just go, you fucking.
He does a bit look like Jay Leno. Yeah, I'd say so.
I thought it was Jay Leno for a whole minute, to be honest.
Oh, look, he's not. Look at his face there. He knows he's fucked up.
It's not true.
Okay.
The truth was the opposite.
You calling the president a liar, Sean? He was an opposite. He was a peacemaker. Was he, Sean?
Everyone knows Lindsey Graham is a warmongering son of a bitch.
This is a
basically
very
John McCain's
silly
under
argument here,
fucking
Sean. Come on now.
He can't keep a straight face.
Lindsay
probably, either.
desperately.
I know.
He's hanging on for dear life.
Botox.
Yeah, you can see he's like.
Stop botulinum, don't fail me now.
Wanted and talked to the president about a lasting peace in
You
the
remind
Middle
you
East.
that one episode of Futurama
sure
where
you
you had Zap Brannigan after eating elbow food when like, come on, girl, hold.
Like, I get a feeling I was like, he went to his fucking plastic surgeon like the day before this. I'm gonna have to say nice things about Lindsey Graham. Fuck the botulinum. Just put leishmaniasis into my fucking face.
I love that though.
If I would rather this fucking thing fall off before it twitches.
What he said there is that Lindsey Graham, people called him a war hawk, but what he really wanted was peace in the Middle East. I agree with you, Sean, because he wanted to turn it into a glass car park. He wanted to eviscerate every fucking person there who is not
continuous
name
piece
doesn't end
of
in
glass.
Steinberg Goldwitz, right? So, yeah, that's what he means by peace in the Middle East, indeed.
He wanted every region, every country in the region on that path to peace. That was Lindsey's
How's it just
dream.
described it, yes.
If people would only listen to what he had been saying.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, he wanted to turn the entirety of the Middle East into a glass car park and give it over to Israel.
Listen to what
That's
he's saying.
peaceful.
What?
Then you'd have peace in the Middle East. If you just kill them all and give the land to Israel,
Listen.
that's peace, right?
Just keep on bombing until it's a diamond dance floor.
It's not that easy, though. That's the thing. They think they can do that, but it's obviously not.
Well, we're going to talk about. Did at some point in my absence did we discuss how Wagner Group is apparently starting out of heaven?
What? Wagner
They're setting
Group
up shop in
starting-
Africa and just starting a micronation. Apparently, this is what I'd heard on the grapevine. I don't know if you guys had.
Look, Metal Gear continues to be real life, so remains undefeated.
I've always said
Oh
that
my
life was written with extremely dog shit writing.
Okay, before I play this, I need to take
Like
a
this,
break.
I'm going for a piss. You guys can handle this. I'm tapping out.
I was about to say, well, Bill, can you get me something to drink then?
You can both go. I can just stay here for like a minute and just entertain.
No, Spoon. I don't think you want me to press play on this. I don't think you want me to press play on what the White House has posted.
No. Okay, no. Why are you doing that to me?
Okay, hold off on it. I'll wait till we're
What did I do
back,
to you?
and then we can all suffer together.
Well, and then we can all suffer together. Okay, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
Look, okay,
Thanks
I've
for
got
sparing the audience.
I've got a story that's like this is something I didn't even know where to put this in here. So, Spoon, basically the gist is that Massachusetts has passed a bill for abortions up until birth. I mean, it's
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's Pocahontas, this fucking state, isn't it?
Is Massachusetts Elizabeth
Is she
Warren?
still in the Senate? Yes.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah. So of course, but anyway, I've got that up. If you
Oh, look, a state that's run by women. You can just use your body to
wait,
be.
there's a lot of women L's tonight. There's
Basically a graveyard.
A lot of women L's. Yeah, the pussy graveyard indeed. I will be right back, and then hopefully.
When
Bill will
was
be
the
back
last
as
time there
well.
was a woman W?
Difficult to recall if it has ever happened ever before. I can't. Has there
Yeah.
ever been a woman W? Is the true question. I'll be right back. I need to grab a drink.
I don't know.
Bill needs to escape.
Lady
from the swamp.
Victoria telling women that they need to be beaten.
Sure. Or Florence Nightingale. She had some base things to say. Indeed.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. Spoon. Here is an article if you want to read it. If not, feel free to shoot shit. Talk about whatever you like. I'll be right back.
Sweet. Yesterday, despite public outcry, the Massachusetts House passed a radical abortion expansion bill 8555. No, God, fuck that. The bill removes I can't do that voice for a whole sentence. The bill removes virtually all remaining restrictions on abortion in Massachusetts. Basically, Massachusetts is turning into hell. It allows abortion past 24 weeks with no... By the way, if you compare this to Europe, who apparently are more liberal, Jesus fucking Christ, basically like Nazi conservatism compared to this kind of shit. 24 weeks with no requirement of medical justification, meaning abortions can be performed at full term just days before natural birth for no reason or any reason at all. Jesus fucking Christ. The fight now moves to the Senate. Oh, it's not law yet. And the same language has already been filed there under whatever, an act prioritizing patient access to care. It's not care, that's just taking care of someone in a mafioso kind of sense. Now sitting with the Senate Ways and Means Committee. Jeez, that sounds pretty barbaric. If it clears that committee, it could reach the Senate floor for a full vote. The language is identical to what just passed the House. No medical criteria, no independent review, full-term abortion on demand. Bloody hell. If passed, this bill would expand abortion access, including late-term abortion procedures, and expand who may perform late-term abortions beyond physicians to include other licensed clinicians, stripping away an additional layer of medical oversight currently in state law. Good God. I'm just saying, I'm not opposed to being, you know, nuke in Massachusetts at least, because Jesus fucking hell. I don't know why, what the hell is with the design to go full Hellspawn? We should get the fucking drive from Event Horizon and swallow it up the state whole. Fuck yeah, that's pretty gruesome. Yeah, that is murder. It's not like murder, it fucking is. Why you would do this to your state? God only fucking knows. And we'll probably condemn you to hell. As you should. Sorry, I've been up since like, what, 6 o'clock this morning? Ugh. Early days.
Hello.
Oh, that's
Hello.
fucking rough.
Hello. Bill and I were both grabbing a drink at the same time.
Particle is hell.
What happened? What's hell?
Said this story is hell.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Dear Massachusetts, you must go to hell.
Well, they
go to hell and you die.
Go to hell and you die. Yeah, I think the gist of it. It's just fucked. I mean, there's always so much of this shit going on, though, too. Oh, there we go. Bill has called this a thought dress. I disagree. He has insulted my dress. I don't think it's that bad.
Why does he call it thoughty?
It's just because, yeah, it's because I bought a summer dress because it's been quite hot this summer. I don't know if anyone's noticed that it's been quite hot this summer. So I bought a more formal dress that is cool, and it is lower cut. Yes. But I am wearing something, although I realize that maybe in the little viewfinder it does look like I'm not wearing a top. But here. Is that better? Okay, that should make...
showing booba?
No, it's just low cut. It's cool, because it's hot. Man, it's hot. Let me turn my fan back on, actually, because it is quite warm today.
Sometimes I'm very grateful I'm a guy. I can just go walk outside shirtless and no one will bat an eye.
And it just froze, too. Wowie. Like, right as I said that.
Free the nipple, woo.
No, I'm not doing that stuff. Although, my camera just froze as I was saying it. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, it's gotta, like, restart. Okay, well, oh, no. Uh-oh, we might be fucked. OBS is not happy.
What has happened?
OBS is crashing, is what's happening. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, it has a tendency of doing that.
Yeah, it does, but we'll see what goes on here. So, okay, let's talk about Marco Rubio while I'm waiting for my camera to, and OBS to stop freezing. Oh, let's talk about the slop.
Little Cuban boy.
Let's talk about the slop. Bill should be back here in a minute while I try to get this camera working again. That's looking like a hard no. Ooh. And OBS is crashing again. Hey! Maybe? Maybe? No. I don't know what's going on. It appears that I've had a catastrophic crash on the, in terms of my camera. I'll try to work on that later. Anyway, let's watch this slop for now while I try to get my camera to stop crashing. And OBS to stop crashing. Anyway. Here, are you back, Bill? Alright, well, we'll just watch it. I don't want to torture Bill on this, although now I have to organize this because somehow it got fucked from my camera crashing. Oh, fuck, I love it. It's so much fun doing like, tech fucking issues. There we go.
Thanks for that.
Here we go. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's a fucking Rick and Morty parody. In 2026, the year of our Lord. the White House is releasing AI slop. This is from the White House. AI slop Rick and Morty parodies. And it's not just that. This is all the White House and all these other government departments do now, is post this fucking slop. They've been doing it for months, but it's somehow just getting worse because they have nothing that they can actually boast about, brag about, say that they've actually done. So, like, this is bizarre.
Oh, it's fucking. Why is this?
Good
Why is
question.
Jimmy Neutron?
What is this? Is it Fairly Odd Parents or is it Jimmy Neutron? The answer is yes.
It's Jimmy Neutron
Fairly
in
Odd
Fairly
Parents.
Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Style, yeah.
Parents know best. Which, by the way, now I agree with that, and that might be something that you could say if you were the fucking Department of Education. Because you absolutely don't believe that. What the fuck?
I'm just grateful they posted something white.
I mean, that is true. That is unusual. We've looked at some of their slop before where it's certainly not. So let's see. Boop. Hey, there we go. I'm back.
I would rather they post this kind of shit than hang out with a bunch of fucking rappers
and then it crashed
based.
again. Wow, as soon as I said it, didn't it? Yeah, it did. I don't know what's... I've been having problems with my computer today. I don't know what's going on. It appears to have crashed again. Why the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. So, I can't... I have no fucking clue. Anyway, some more slop. And as I say, it seems to be all that they do now is just post this fucking slop. Just slop maxed. Is it the same thing? That's not the... Oh,
yes.
It was... No. Did I not copy it right? I didn't, I guess. Bizarre. Unless I got the same tweet twice. Oh god, yeah, here's another one. Just look at this. Wow. This is from, again, the Department of Education. What? I mean, is this just for boomers? Yeah, I guess. It's fucking awful, though. It's
boomers
truly...
are following the education, but I'd ask what the fucking hell they're doing and why.
I don't know. It's the U.S. government. It's Trump's government. So I do think that, as I mentioned earlier, that Rubio is next. Here's some of my evidence for that. Phil Labonte, who, by the way, I've met Phil. Nice guy. But he's very much a MAGA guy. He's like a mainstream MAGA guy, right? And so that's why I'm using Phil Labonte here as a
debated Alex
yardstick.
Stein recently and started yelling at him.
Yeah, I did see that. Phil Labonte, again, met him.
Yeah, okay.
Nice guy. He's very much a MAGA bro.
But he's a boomer more.
Well, you know, boomerish. And he's very, very much that kind of guy. And then he's very much a MAGA bro. And he says, without hesitation or question, he will vote for the most anti-communist president, and that is Marco Rubio. So here's... look, I think, again, that's the kind of thing you're going to see. It's going to be... And my camera froze fucking again. I don't know what to do with the camera, guys. It just appears to not want to work. I don't know.
Just turn it off.
I don't think I can leave it turned on. It's going to keep breaking. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Yes, just turn it off.
I'm going to have to if it doesn't... If it breaks again, I'm going to have to, sorry. Anywho, I leave it on mostly now because I don't want to get fucked over by YouTube. But, so, I think you're going to see a lot of this. I think you're going to see a lot of the return to the Red Scare kind of shit. And that, of course, was set up with people like Zohran Mamdani by, putting people like Hassan Piker, all these blatant, overt, self-professed communists out in the public sphere, making them as contemptible as possible. Look, there is your enemy. Now we have to go to war with the communists that the U.S. government also helped prop up, right? That all these NGOs helped propped up. They made popular. They allowed to be successful so that you can have your proscribed enemy. Don't pay attention to anything more serious that might be going on any deeper in society. Let's just pay attention to these very overt, created enemies for you, like Hassan Piker. And Marco Rubio, he's going to fight communism because he's from Cuba, right?
A communist influence. Yeah, the United States doesn't want to be a communist country. We're never going to be a communist country, and we're not going to allow communist influences to undermine our politics or our society. So I don't know what the inconsistency you're referring to is. It's very clear. I don't, obviously we understand.
Yeah, it's called APAC.
Yeah. They'll be posting
China is not even communist. China is more fascistic than this fucking communist.
Fucking camera. It's borked. I don't know, guys. Sorry about that. I can't. It's every once in a while. Maybe it is overheating. Every once in a while, the camera just has a fucking crash out like this. So anyway, all right, that's it for that.
But I can tell you, our system doesn't want communism. And we're certainly not going to allow
Yes, it does.
efforts to undermine American society and drive wedges into our country, and that's what we're seeing. You know,
No, we have
one of the
APAC for
leading,
that.
you know,
Yeah, well, exactly right.
You have APAC and Big Pharma that undermines your society. You don't need the fucking commies. You have other
You
society.
you've got plenty of subversives already.
You have plenty of outside. Yeah.
I think they're going to run Rubio. I think Rubio is the new face of conservatism of the Republican Party. Lil Marco.
But he's so freaking boring.
Yeah, but he's perfect for the goal of normalizing America being a non-white country, and that being actually conservative and based, because we're a multicultural country, and we don't see skin color, because that's the conservative. You know, it's those Democrats, those leftists who always it's those leftoids who always care about race and skin color and want to put their race politics and everything. We've got based Marco Rubio. You know, he's Hispanic. Isn't that? Look how totally not racist we are, guys. Based. There's a based brown guy in a Trump hat. Oh my god, it's so fucking tiresome. I really think that's gonna be it.
culprits of that for many years.
He's saying the things again. He's talking about boogeyman communism stuff. It's exactly the kind of stuff. And again, no personal shade to Phil Labonte, but that's that gets the boomers hackles all up over it. Hello, Bill.
Intellectual authors, particularly in our hemisphere, is the Cuban regime, which our report on Monday outlined.
Indeed.
Could he look any more like a disgraced school administrator?
Probably. But I don't know how much more. Matthew Newman, for 10, New Zealand, says, on the Jay Dyer question, he asked because not-so-erudite tactic in the opening discussion in debates, quote, are you familiar with X, being some obscure philosophy term? Oh, he said that she mentioned Hypatia, so she presents as more well-informed. I mean, that is another total, thank you for that. I didn't watch the whole debate. I didn't even see it posted.
Hold up. What happened in my absence? Why are people talking about how all the Spaniards are or are not white? What has happened with my absence?
There's a conversation to be had in it, but Marco Rubio is Cuban, so...
Also, Aiden, I asked Rachel about that. What's the debating channel called? Like Modern Times or something?
I don't know.
Like Modern Debate?
Yes, I think that was something. The channel or the event they were at.
A red flag.
No, the channel.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, they are posting it, I think, in 2 weeks from now, according to Rachel.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, so I don't know.
No.
All I had seen from it was clips, and mostly like those two clips. I hadn't. I did look for the whole debate and couldn't find it.
No, it is up, but it's the membership one, and it's the membership one clears about 2 weeks. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That would be why I didn't see
I'm
it.
not paying 14. I'm not paying €15 to watch a fucking debate.
I'm certainly not paying
€15, but I have a fucking gun each.
With female destiny. and I mean I like Rachel Wilson fine, but like I couldn't. Sorry, I don't really care about female. Look, I know Destiny's opinions, and debate tactics, so I know Erudite's opinions and debate tactics.
I just want to see a crash and burn.
I mean, I think we saw the
operative part of that
tweaking part. I think we got the key bit of that. So
we're learning drugs are a lot cheaper in California.
Oh right.
That's because it might kill you, Bill.
Was this California? Speaking of California, I think this was California, wasn't it? No, Chicago. Chicago has put up new signs to deter crime. And the way that they've decided that they figured out that they're going to stop crime in Chirac is by putting up signs reminding people, do not crime. And that will surely work.
But the people who commit crimes don't read.
They can't read, I know. But if you tell them don't do crime, that's clearly the first time they will ever have heard that because, they're from underprivileged communities. And they just need to be told, just like men need to be told not to rape, all brown people need to be told is just to not do crimes. And obviously they won't do crimes. I mean, if they do, it's okay because they are underprivileged and, they need to in order to survive because the white man's keeping them down and blah, 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 we know the fucking score, right?
Modern day debate. There you go. That's the one.
Mm-hmm. Modern day debate. Yes. Thank you, Matthew Newman. I've not seen it. I just saw the couple clips that ended up on Twitter. I didn't know it was also behind a paywall. Obviously it wasn't there. Let's see.
I'll probably will do a video on it when it comes out just so I can dunk Norman because she's schizo and crazy.
I mean, look, I don't know if the whole debate again is like that, but it's there's the 2 clips I've seen from it are not a good showing on her part, right? And look pretty bad. Anyone
It's a
writing
woman
Chicago?
called Not So Erudite, and she isn't.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
right.
joke writes
I mean, it
itself.
lives up
Again,
to
I'm
your
trying to
name.
figure out remember what her nickname was, because it was like something to do with Ghislaine.
Oh yeah, they did call her. They called her Destiny's. You know, the Ghislaine Maxwell to Destiny to Epstiny. Right, right. That was the joke there. Anyone riding the Chicago Transit Authority system will see a new warning starting on Tuesday. Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke and acting CTA President Nora Learson. Are we noticing something about the people responsible for this? On Tuesday, announced the rollout of more than 7,000 signs going up on buses and trains. The signs are intended to deter crime on the CTA. They read, violence on the CTA
I can prevent the crime. I can prevent the crime with a single poster.
What will that poster be, Sir Spoon?
Of what it would be? A noose. That would
You
work.
might get your message across better. You have to back it up. You have to back it up with actual public hands. But I would be all on board with that. That one might actually be effective. Violence on the CTA will not be tolerated. Right. What are you going to do about it? Really, what are you going to do? You're going to
use an AI picture of Wallace.
Well, what is Chicago threat? What's the threat? You're going to lock him up for 3 days and let him go?
It's George Wallace.
Give him a slap on the wrist and say, bye. Don't kill somebody again next time, or if you do.
Okay, I've got an idea for a program. It's a picture of a trailer hitch, and it just says, "Be calm till you get home."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Or behave yourself till you get home.
Yeah. Till you get it. Yeah. The Cook Counties said that it would prosecute and seek pretrial detention for all violent offenses on public transit. Well, I would fucking hope so. Like, we're gonna put you in jail, and we will prosecute you if you do a crime. That's a threat. Yeah, I would hope so. That's the point of law.
It's kind of the implication. Yeah.
CTA will place the signs in every vehicle in the CTA fleet, which includes more than 1,500 rail cars and 2,000 buses. So they're spending a huge amount of money to put up these little signs that will get torn down and that will do nothing. But the reason why they're doing this is because I already gave you an idea of who's responsible.
There's a bunch of stupid women.
It's a bunch of stupid women who see brown people, because again, within the context of the home, it makes sense. We're just protecting them. It's very much in the same thing. Just tell the children they just need to know not to do crime, not to be violent, and then they won't do it. They just need to. They haven't been told. They haven't been given a lesson. We'll teach them a little lesson, a kind and fair, soft lesson.
This is what happens when you tell someone that teacher is God.
Yes. Right. So here's these silly bints putting up their little signs.
Having these signs as an indication of what the consequences will be to any criminal actions on the CTA. We are hoping
we, as the law of the city, promise that we will maybe prosecute you if you do crimes. And this is a big deal.
You do realize if you made the city all white, you would basically remove most of the crime.
Remove a lot of it, right? I mean, Chicago has a history of being of crime that goes back long before diversity, but still.
Bootlegging days.
Yeah.
To deter crime and to encourage people to move forward if they are witnesses of a crime.
These signs are a message to all of our riders and employees that we are working together.
It's awful. They put this out. They even put they put like a music track on it, but the audio is such dog shit.
State's Attorney's Office to take action.
I don't know if the original was like this is the version I found online, right?
This is legit sub phone mic quality.
Yep.
What, the pitch or the audio?
It's the audio quality is awful. Like it sounds like it was recorded inside of a fucking closet or something.
Phone booth.
Like like behind a cardboard box.
And ensure and promote a safe ride on the CTA.
Safe travels, indeed, right? This was also in the news. I saw a lot of people being based, which is this Dua Lipa woman, who's some sort of singer, I guess, has opened a library for banned books. And I saw a lot of people on the right sort of going, oh, based. Yeah, that's great. Banned books. Looks inside. What are the banned books? Not banned books.
1984, The Crucible.
Yeah, it's
Great
the
Giraffe,
stuff you fucking
76.
expect. Yeah.
It's.
I mean, you can see Mouse here in several copies of Mouse.
It's not banned. It's basically just naughty.
It's leftist books. It's
yeah.
leftist books that they want to say are banned because they've been banned in some country somewhere at some point in time, or not even banned, but they've been restricted from education in you know, elementary schools because the material is not appropriate, for example, and they'll say that makes it a banned book. No, of course it's not. You know, whatever. So yeah, let's see. What is this? Case of Exploding Mangoes by Muhammad. I've never heard of a lot of these. Dictator Calls, A History of Reading, Felon, Free, Glory. I've not heard of most of these. 1984, though. Men Who Hate Women. Kleptopia, How Dirty Money is... Oh, that's not Ben Burgess. I saw Burgess and got scared for a second. Oh, not that idiot. The Crucible, Grapes of Wrath.
I wish The Crucible was fucking banned. It's literally just a tale of noncery.
Clockwork Orange Animal Farm, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Handmaid's Tale, The Hunger Games.
Which I believe is only banned in, like, legitimately, like, Kuwait.
What the... Like, for real. Your based banned books, conservative books, right? Jesus. Yeah, most of these... This is, like, high school stuff for most people. You know? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret, right? Yeah. So much of this, just shit. Anything else that really sticks out here on this list to me? I knew it was a lot of Catcher in the Rye.
Kafka is in here.
Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, there you go.
Twain. Stand
Huckleberry
racism,
It's going to be the edit.
That's
Yeah.
I guarantee you that it's the edited version of Huckleberry Finn where
Why wasn't he called that? I don't know, because it gets across how bad it's
like
getting
how
for
bad
Jim.
it is. That's how bad things are for Jim. His name is literally Jim.
NY Jim.
Metamorphosis, Kafka. Come on, you know. Wow, To Kill a Mockingbird. This book is gay. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Oh, let's see. Beloved, another Toni Morrison book.
Memory,
Mouse.
Istanbul. I wish Istanbul was a fucking memory and go back to Constantinople.
The 2 comic books, Persepolis and Mouse. Let's see. Yeah, that Kite Runner. These are not banned books.
What did you just say?
Unbearable Lightness of
Kite
Being.
Runner.
Oh, Kite is in the...
Oh. I loved your reactions for just...
Sequel to Blade Runner.
Yeah, the sequel. A true Albanian elf. Fun fact, Albanians are the smartest of all Balkans. You know, I've known some Albanians in my life. Several, great professor who was an Albanian.
Not for very long, I imagine.
He was Armenian.
No. Yeah, you're right. I did. Oh, that was very bad of me. He was Armenian, not Albanian. I did have.
That's how I know this because this has happened so many fucking times.
But I did have an Albanian professor as well, who was not the one who had the most Armenian name ever. I can probably say it. I don't. There's no reason for it that it wouldn't be, but it's. Oh man. I know. I forgot.
Well, way to paint yourself into a corner.
I know.
And then hang yourself in it.
Oh, Gennady Gavorkian. There you go. He was awesome too.
Legitimately a fucking Always Sunny character.
Sounds like a character in a fucking Star Trek.
That is. I think that is legitimately what fucking Frank calls himself when he's LARPing as an art critic.
I think it's something really similar to that. It's Goblogian or something, but his name was Gennady Gavorkian. I like that guy a lot. He's very good. I did also have an Albanian professor at one point, but not that.
It's Ongo Globlogian.
Ongo Globlogian.
That is so fucking close. It's unreal.
Oh my god. That ain't an Albanian name? No, I said it was Armenian, right? I got them mixed up. I got this one earlier. Sorry, I left that as I gave you the dark story to read while I went away.
Traced far beyond the realms of the conversation.
Anthony Fauci's diary has been released, and I'm so suspect of this. I think much like Andrew Tate, Anthony Fauci's utility is way used up, right? But it makes no sense. No matter how much of a lunatic you are, if you are going out and constantly lying to the public, why would you then go home and write in your diary a detailed account about how you are lying to the public? Who does that? You know what I mean? Like, it's in your head, obviously. But why would you write down a diary of... It's like, I mean, it's almost kind of O.J. Simpson, if I did it, right? Kind of shit. Tier shit. Why would you... So why would you write this stuff all down? So this came out of Rand Paul's office, right? This kind of goes over. Look at how they've even... This is the official release of it, by the way. They've made it all cute and girly. Tony's diary.
This legit looks like an Amazing Atheist bit from the early 2010s.
Do not open.
Remember when Amazing Atheist wasn't that guy with the glasses? That time he likes to think, try and pretend doesn't happen.
Yeah.
He was literally just reviewing like teen magazines for a living. This is what precisely it looked like.
Hey, that wasn't a geography issue, Vanta Black. That was a name issue.
Issues were had.
There were issues that were had, though. I have an issue there. Let's see. During his time as NIH director, and particularly during the COVID pandemic, Anthony Fauci took meticulous notes about his work. He made note of conversations, decisions, and his thoughts about actions taken by politicians and other officials. This is his own historical record containing almost daily entries. Later in the pandemic, he gloried in the positive attention he was receiving from legacy media and demonized those who questioned his official narrative, like me, says Rand Paul. Many entries in Fauci's daily historical account completely undermine the official narrative that Fauci and other public officials espoused. This goes through the timeline of it, which is, let's see, first alarm went straight to Fauci. He didn't just join the process; he set it in motion. He's talking about all of, and this is the full document, so you can see this goes on. It is a lot. There's a lot of the fuck was that? There's a lot of stuff in here. This is a very, very, very long document. We're obviously not going to go over all of it because this is huge. It's a huge, huge document. It's 1,141 pages, right? So I've not had time to skim through this because it's massive and it's all this shit. I'm sure that it's got all kinds of good information in it about how Fauci was a lying, duplicitous snake, because of course he was. We all know that, right? But let's talk about some of the things that were... Rand Paul has given us some highlights over on Twitter as to the big takeaways, sort of.
It's basically the only way Ron Paul is relevant these days.
Well, this is his son. Is that what you mean? Through his son?
Yeah, Rand, sorry.
Yeah. Right, is the COVID stuff, which I mean, someone should do, obviously, but... So here we have, in January 26th of 2020, Fauci writes in his diary, "Now we know the market was not the source, it was the amplifier, meaning the wet market." So they knew that they knew that the lab leak was where it came from immediately, which we, knew about that part. Again, we've known all this. And he even says, like, he spoke with other people. He told Elizabeth Cohen. Everybody knew that it did not come from the fucking wet market, that it was a lab leak. And then you hear on YouTube, you would get banned for years. For years, that was an instantly bannable offense to say that, to espouse the lab leak hypothesis, which is now very much the lab leak confirmation that Anthony Fauci and everybody else knew about from jump, of course. Why is some of it censored? I'm guessing because it has private information in it. I mean, if it is his diary, which I don't really think it is, I don't buy any of this shit, really. I mean, I think Anthony Fauci's got to fall for this or something. Someone's got to take a little bit of responsibility for this shit. And it's a win for Trump. It is a very small win for the Trump administration, but it's something that they can kind of say, oh, look, just like with the, what was it, the alien files or something. Look, we did something, we did a thing, or we're totally gonna send back 300,000 Haitians. We won't, because a lot of them probably have kids here and other stuff. But their temporary protection, that's gone, so we're doing things. We're maybe going to do something about Anthony Fauci. I mean, prosecute him? I hope that they do, but there's a lot of people that were involved in this that extends far beyond Anthony Fauci himself. Yeah, he does need to go down, I agree. I do want accountability for him, but it's not just him. He's going to be the fall guy, he's going to be the scapegoat. There always is. Unfortunately, I would like a lot of heads to roll for what happened in COVID, and not just Anthony Fauci. It's just the extent to which we were lied to that is, every time you rethink about it, it's almost jarring. And the extent of the censorship regarding it. You couldn't say anything about this stuff. And it's been 6 years now, 5 years now. Not really. I guess it only ended really about 4 years ago now, maybe. Maybe the total action of the COVID rules, maybe only 3. But it is astonishing the speed at which this stuff was enacted, enforced with a very, very strong hand. You could not you couldn't say anything about COVID at all. that was against the mainstream narratives. And it turns out that everything everyone was saying about it was correct, because of course it was. Maybe not everything, but a lot of it was. Like the lab leak hypothesis, which is the lab leak fact. Kizza for £5 says... Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Kizza for £5 says, apparently Anthony Fauci pled the Fifth Amendment 111 times in his hearing. Well, the problem with that, I'll get to that in a second, but 111 times in his hearing, that must be a record, which is a giant admission of guilt, but nothing will happen. Well, the problem is that he's basically given up his right to do that, by the way, because we'll get to that in a minute. He doesn't actually have the ability to plead the Fifth because of the deals he's already taken, right? So he actually cannot plead the Fifth because he already has immunity. You can't, he's going to keep doing it.
Which tells you that something so horrific, it would get him lynched in the
He's
street.
already been given immunity. It's why they're like jumping all this stuff, because he's been given immunity on this to be like, oh, we just care about the truth. We really don't want to actually persecute or prosecute anyone. I would like to do both personally, but he's not going to get in any real trouble for this. This is just humiliating him at this point, really. You know, it's his reputation that's damaged. It's already in the fucking dirt. But that's all that's going to damage.
He's already paid more money than God.
Yes, he's already made his bag. He can go retire now. He's got immunity on this. Nothing bad will happen to him.
He can grow a beard and go change his fucking identity. Yeah. He's got more than enough money to do so.
Yes. Yeah, backdated immunity. But yeah, he can't, he quite literally can't actually plead the Fifth on this because he has immunity over it. So it's like but he still is so allergic to the truth that even though he can't get legally in trouble for it, he refuses to answer the questions. Because he's a slimy little liar, Weasley little liar dude. See, in February 1st of 2020, the call that produced proximal origin, 12 scientists, only 2 concluded it was natural, per Fauci's own notes. The rest felt deliberate insertion was possible. It was never a 50-50 room, as previously claimed. February 3rd, Fauci tells George Gao, head of China's CDC, Gao confirms, or calls him, asymptomatic people in transmit. Fauci writes that Wuhan health officials did not tell him, and thus gave out false information, a lapse that, quote, likely allowed the outbreak to take hold. On the 12th of February, Fauci briefs 4 congressional delegations in one day. He then runs into Larry Kudlow, who asks when COVID crashes the economy. Fauci notes, I told him that we're okay for now. A lot of these are it's just a constant list. There's a couple things that stood out to me. One of the things that he lied about very consistently was the mortality rate. The mortality rate was 0.2 to 0.3%. That's what Fauci knew very early on, that's the mortality rate. And yet he reported it publicly over and over and over again as a mortality rate of 2 to 3%. Move the decimal points there. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. That's a really big difference. And then, of course, from 2 to 3%, that got blown out of the water, out of proportion, excuse me, because then it was like, well, but if you're a boomer or you're immunocompromised or whatever, then it's, well, that's just a base rate. Look, way higher for you, right? Yeah, and it was backdated like before COVID. He got it because it's for all the other shit, all the other gain of function research that he'd been involved in going back decades. Yeah, he got immune. He's immune from everything, right? But he still can't tell the truth.
Should not be a thing you should be able to get.
No, obviously not. But there it is. Calls the lead author of Proximal Origin, the paper he had been citing publicly as independent science, for reassurance about his own NIH grant. Feel much better. I know he's in total support of what I've been saying. Yeah. FBI has no idea what they're talking about for concluding the lab leak. Well, NSA's natural origin view was reasonable. That's the wet market view, of course. That's reasonable. He knew about the shit from day one. How many hours were all wasting, answering calls, driven by conspiracy theories that he knew were correct. And again, you could read the whole thing there. Some of the big ones, though, like I said, he directly lied about the mortality rates. By a decimal point, he just moved it there pretty conveniently from 0.2 to 3 to 0.3, or 0.2 to 3 to 2 to 3%. That's a hard sentence to say in a way that makes sense. I think you get me. From 0.2 / 0.3 to 2% to 3%. Those are the estimates he gave. And of course, the big deal with this overwhelmingly is that Fauci consistently said things publicly and said other things privately. If the diary is real and we are to believe that that this is even a real diary and that this isn't just him being, because again, he can't get in trouble for any of this shit, so might as well put it all out there. What's the, And in a way, the kind of crazy thing about this too is it is just openly admitting to the American people that they were completely duped and lied to. But it is giving you one scapegoat, one person to get angry at, this Anthony Fauci douchebag, and he is a douchebag. Don't get me twisted on this. Guy tortured beagles. He's a disgusting subhuman. But it wasn't just Anthony Fauci, was it? It was a massive, organized conspiracy, if you want to use the word, organized destruction of people's liberties to keep them in their homes for 1.5 years, 2 years, get them to take a bunch of experimental drugs, that he, by the way, admits didn't work. He knew
We
didn't work.
survived the psyop.
I mean, he talks in part of this diary, at least, he talks about how he was at a party and got scared because he's like, well, I know that vaccine shit doesn't work, so like, I hope I don't get COVID. I mean, he also knew how not deadly it was, which again is a bit odd, but you know it's not deadly. You are an old fuck, though. It's like, gee, I hope I don't get COVID because I know I told everyone to get those vaccines, but I also know the vaccines don't work. That's Anthony Fauci. I'm not saying that. If YouTube still has any of this shit left in place, I didn't say that. That's Anthony Fauci. So, in his diary, in his private little diary, right? Allegedly. Well, I mean, this is not alleged now. It's come out. Like, this is what the United States government is saying officially. This is officially his diary. So, fuck you. I can say whatever the fuck then. I mean, it's all just so tiresome in this. So, wait, was this the wrong tweet? No, that was just the highlights. Yes, this was it. The public versus private is what I wanted to get at, and how there's many examples of him saying one thing in the, in his old diary, which, oh great, and everything crashed again. I don't know what's going on with the camera tonight. I think it has something to do with videos, because it keeps happening when I'm playing videos. Alright, so here's Fauci speaking. Where's the...
They said if you are vaccinated, you can feel safe that you will not get infected.
Yeah.
They said if
you're vaccinated, you won't get infected. And here it is. This is the party I was talking about. I was nervous all night looking at the ceiling, concerned about having gotten infected at that very crowded restaurant, despite the fact that vaccination proof was required to get in. I'm well aware that many people who are vaccinated are still getting infected, and that's worried me a lot. I'm supposed to go to an even bigger black tie affair at the home of a French ambassador tomorrow. I think I'm going to cancel since I don't want to go through the nerve-wracking experience that I did last night worrying about having gotten infected. Even though, again, this is why it's confusing. He knows that it's not actually a problem. My camera keeps crashing. That's why I keep dipping in and out with it. I don't know why.
So turn it off and continue the show.
Whatever. It's something to do with the with playing videos, I think. If it happens again, I probably will just leave it off. So yeah, this is the party bit, and then there's some more here regarding just Fauci's duplicity. And again, everybody knew this. Said he probably put COVID's fatality rates at 0.2 to 0.3%. That's what he thought. So him getting scared at the party is also strange. But I mean, I guess he said the case rate's more like, or the fatality rate's more like 0.2 to 0.3. To Hannity, he said that the mortality is 2 to 2.5%. It's probably lower than that, probably close to 1%. But if it's even 1%, it's 10 times more lethal than the seasonal flu. And then he says later, the stated fatality rate of this overall is about 3%. He says that the next day, by the way, he's gone up from 2 to 2.5% all the way up to 3%. If you count the cases of asymptomatic infection, that probably brings the mortality down to 1%. Again, saying the same shit. Mortality rate, again, 10 times worse than the flu. But he wrote in his private journal that it's, 0.2 to 0.3%. Well, he is feeble, yeah, so maybe he was afraid. He's feeble and weak and old. Perhaps he was actually afraid. So, yes, and then this is the funny part, though, which is that, I think this is a humiliation ritual for Fauci, because he is the fall guy for this, obviously. That's why it's being framed as his diary, his little... I don't know. I don't think this was a diary, by the way. I don't even know if this thing originally existed.
So he got given this gig because he looks like a fucking supervillain.
I mean, he does. I don't know if he really did have a diary, or if this was a concoction. He does look like a rat. Or if this was a concoction post facto, because what it is, you're the fall guy, Anthony Fauci, because you were the public face of this. So now you're going to be the fall guy when we want to do some positive PR cleanup on this. So we're going to make sure that it comes out that you had a gay little diary that you wrote all this shit down in, and you knew you were lying.
I would say this is to give the regime a sense of legitimacy.
That too, exactly. Because the Trump regime is exposing this, right? Just like they're exposing the aliens and Epstein, not really, but right? It's all being exposed. However, he does say he's very embarrassed. I don't know if that's also part of an act or what, but I do hope he's embarrassed. If nothing else,
he's gonna get away with Trump okayed all this shit.
I know, right? Yeah, this was Operation Warp Speed, not Epic Fury. This was Operation Warp Speed. That's been why I was thinking about Warp Speed earlier, because I knew we were going to talk about the Fauci stuff today.
Project Epstein, more like.
Is he Jewish? Because he sounds like
What do you think? He's actually Italian, I think.
He's claims to be Italian. Anyone who's got fucking eyeballs can tell you that his eyes are above his ears.
Yeah.
And they're on a civic tent.
He sounds like Maude from Family Guy.
He is Italian, though.
Over those 38 years, during and after the COVID pandemic, I have appeared multiple times for hearings in the Senate and the House usually under oath, and sat for several days-long transcribed sworn interviews answering questions
and apparently you've lied through your teeth
about the very issues that are now
well, we knew
the subject of this hearing. However,
he doesn't look like the same guy anymore.
No. He's aged pretty significantly in the past 5 years, it seems.
His head geometry has changed fairly significantly as well.
Maybe.
His eyes are a lot smaller than they were.
Yeah.
Close together, lower down on his head.
Yeah.
Obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution, his repeated slanderous comments about me.
He's talking about Rand Paul here, by the way. He's basically just whinging and crying about Rand Paul. And this, at least, the minorest
How dare
of
he
enjoyment.
go after me for committing horrible crimes on humanity?
The most minor of enjoyment I can get out of this is watching him fucking seethe and cry and shit and piss that Rand Paul is being mean to him. Won't just let him get away with
Rand
betraying
Paul
the
have a
American
go at me
people.
after I...
And, you know, covering all this shit up and forcing everyone to live in... What?
Cutting out Rob substantially.
God fucking damn it. I don't know what's going on.
Just turn the camera fucking off then.
It's off. It is off now. That wouldn't explain why I'm cutting out on Discord, would it?
Push to talk.
Huh?
Push to talk.
I'm not on push to talk. No. I'm just turning I'm turning it all off. I don't know what I told you. I'm having problems with my computer today. Don't know what's going on. It's clearly something to do with playing videos though on Twitter because that's what keeps exacerbating that. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's pissing and shitting and crying. Hopefully not coming. Because Rand Paul's being mean to him, and he's actually. Look, he doesn't actually face any.
He would just come dust at this point.
Right? He's not actually going to face any problems whatsoever for this. He's not going to face any accountability because he's been given immunity.
Someone whose career has been one long diatribe on specifically how to be as heinous a scientist as humanly possible.
Yes, he's just upset, essentially, and complaining that he's being humiliated. He's terrified and sad about being humiliated, even though he again won't get into legal problem for this. He's immune. But his reputation, his ego is damaged. This guy who forced people to stay inside, who permanently probably fucked up a lot of children, who had their formative years substantially full of injected with this ambient, nascent, constant fear of a cold that would kill them at any moment, or their whole family. How they had to be terrified of other people.
That'll probably kill them with some kind of heart condition by 25.
Yeah.
And has almost certainly rendered them sterile.
Yeah. And giving them untested, really, let's be honest, drugs that went from detection to design to development to international rollout, certainly national rollout, within 9 months. That is not how drug development works, even a little bit. That's not how studies work
not ones that change
in the
your
social sciences.
Fucking DNA permanently.
Yes, he in many ways destroyed a generation, Vanta Black, and he's upset that he's being humiliated over it a little bit because his diary allegedly is out.
His corpse should be paraded through the streets.
I agree.
Yeah.
And recently, his publicly releasing my unredacted personal diary aimed at embarrassing and intimidating me. The only conclusion.
Can you believe, again, this guy ruined people's lives, stole people's youth, stole their childhoods, gave them like permanent, not only, we don't even know all the effects long term of the COVID vaccines. And they are, we're still finding it out because this shit was not tested longitudinally. It could not have been because it was developed in 9 months. There is no way to run a longitudinal test on a drug that you developed, 3 months ago. You can't do that. So, I have no idea what the long-term effects of this will be. If there are any, maybe there won't be. But you put millions of people's lives in danger, and you're upset that you're a little embarrassed.
Let's not forget, this is someone who, when asked what day of the week it was that day, pleaded the fifth.
Yes, yeah. I mean, he just we'll get to that in a second. He just pleads the fifth over everything, even though he quite literally can't do it. It's because he's taken immunity. Pick one. Fucker.
I can reach.
Oh man, I almost said something else.
Is that the sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, quote, behind bars.
Well, you absolutely should.
You should be.
You can't though, and that's the problem. And it's insane that you're still denying this shit. When you're denying it just because it embarrasses you. That's truly pathetic.
Unquote. Any reasonable person who has followed his unhinged obsession with me would readily come to the same conclusion. Therefore, although it pains me to do so, because...
All right, whatever. Pains you to do, who cares?
I'm very bored by how he reads.
Indeed, it is boring.
There's no life in it whatsoever. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it is. I mean, fuck this guy. You know, he is such a slimy, weaselly fuck. Well, and unfortunately, yeah, I thought I had the thing where it was, that he lied about, do I not have that here? That he lied about everything. It was legitimately, I have to zoom out here for a second.
200 times.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that Twitter that you started replaying it.
The autoplay thing, don't worry. Everything you scroll by now will be autoplay. You can't switch it off at all.
But yeah, because this is about the immunity stuff. I thought I had this, but maybe I forgot to put it in. I'll find it here real quick. Maybe I don't have it. But anyway, like, him pleading the fifth constantly is, he can't do that. Or there's no, like, you're not gonna get in trouble, so you have to tell the truth. Well, you know, you're supposed to, at least. But he's
in
such...
theory, anyway.
Yeah. He is... Here it is. Here's the day of the week thing. Yeah, I did have this. I don't know how I did... And I'll put it in the show notes. Here it is. It's so ridiculous. Beyond parody.
What day of the week is it today?
Yeah.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color is the carpet in front of you?
This is fake, right? This is obviously fake. But it is this kind of level of bullshittery, and you can't do it at all. Like, this is obviously fake. I did see people talking about this. Yeah, he can't, though, because, you know, he's taken immunity. Look, this isn't labeled as AI slop, but I think it's AI slop. There's no way. There's no way.
How could you tell? The guy's got so little fucking go in him.
I know. I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. Despite how evil he is, I can't imagine it's that retarded, is it? This is the guy, I mean, this is another one. I did see these going around. I didn't fact check it. It didn't, fact checked by experts. Oh yeah, I am the science. God, that one really pissed me off personally.
You're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking...
Talking about yourself in the third person, also crazy.
Science. Science and the truth are being attacked.
Under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions.
You're really...
God. I mean, they really did make it an extremely hateable guy who, again, experimented on and tortured beagle puppies.
He looks like a Mel Brooks character.
He does.
He acts like a Mel Brooks character. He should be hung up from a lamppost and fucking beaten with sticks.
Oh, and it is nearly 10:30, and my video is going to go live in a half an hour, so let's get through the rest of the stuff that we have for the evening. And then here in a couple of minutes, friends, I'm going to start getting that set up to make sure I got my tweet out about it, and we'll head over and watch the premiere. Video is 50 minutes long, so it'll be about as if we had finished out the stream, but I thought we'd do that tonight. Let me get through the rest of my stuff. Oh, let's talk about Shiloh Hendricks stuff real quick. Yeah. So, Shiloh Hendricks was found guilty for hurling a racial slur, which, look, if you need any evidence that the magic paper is magic and not real, and by that I mean the Constitution, here it is.
Dear Americans who constantly shit on England for their free speech, how the fuck do you feel now?
I mean, I don't think... Look, it obviously doesn't matter. She said a racial slur, so she doesn't have... It doesn't matter. You did a racism, so you've committed a crime. You know, incitement. That is not... Your speech is not actually free. There's certain words that you cannot say. Called a black autistic child. I don't trust that it was an autistic child, by the way. It doesn't... And also,
the child...
child. Yeah.
Child was like Yeah, the child was actually like 15 or some shit,
15,
isn't
yes.
it? Or
With
8.
an ankle
And
monitor.
I think they were like 8. Yeah, they had an ankle monitor because they had
And the
done.
person filming her was a sex offender at a
It was
playground.
and they were
Who was
stealing from her
unrelated.
purse. And they were stealing. Yes, who claimed it was their
The
kid.
child, quote unquote, was stealing from her.
Yeah. 8-year-old boy the N-word after he allegedly reached into her diaper bag at Roy Sutherland Playground, Soldiers Field Park, and took an item. She then began cussing at the bystander, who was black, who claimed also to be his family member, calling him the right, claimed to be though.
But he does have he does have priors for sex offences.
Yes. The other one there who claimed to be a relative or whatever, who was assisting in the theft, just because he saw another Somalian, just trying to steal from a white woman, and went, oh yeah, obviously I have to have your back. So she was sentenced immediately following the verdict being read, which was there were 2 counts. One was towards the man, and one was towards the child. She was not. It was only towards the child, the 8-year-old, not towards the man, which is still ridiculous. She was ordered to pay a $1,000 fine, was placed on probation, and ordered to complete community service. She initially faced up to 90 days in jail for saying a word, but will serve no jail time unless probation is broken.
The same judge gave her 200 hours community service, gave a pedophile 100 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we understand what's going on here.
Yeah, this is...
It shows you who rules, and where is the power of the Constitution? Where's the power of the magic document that to protect freedom of speech?
You cut out there.
Where is the? I think I'm only cutting out for you guys. It's a Discord issue, I think, because people in the chat said before I wasn't cutting out over here, and I'm not seeing any problems on my green lines on my computer. So I think unfortunately it's a Discord thing. My only point just being again that where is the power of the magic Constitution that you can say that you have freedom of speech? Clearly, you do not in the United States. There is a hierarchy of people who have more rights than others. And Shiloh Hendricks has fewer rights than the 8-year-old and 30-something-year-old black criminals. Somali criminals. Who decided that they wanted to fuck with a white woman. And only got away with it, but she got in trouble for it. Yeah, it's shocking and sad. Hendricks did not take the stand. But I'll show you, again, because much as in the cases with the people putting up the bus signs, you can kind of guess as to who was involved in making sure that she did get prosecuted, that she did get, at least not jail time, I guess, but that she did get a fine and community service and probation. Would you guess that it's a fat woman judge? And good God, that ass is fat. What the fuck? And 2 Jews. 2 Jewish lawyers and a fat female judge.
Which jurisdiction is this in?
This was in... Where was this? Let's go back to the previous one. It'll be here, right?
Just to say.
Rochester. In Rochester, so New York. Yeah.
What's that? The New York, judicial system is full of women and Jews.
Minnesota, sorry, Rochester. I was pretty sure it wasn't New York. It was Minnesota. Minnesota again. That's right, because all the Somalis, yeah. So yeah, it was a Somali guy who was stealing from her, and who she called the N-word.
Furthering the fact that you can't trust the police or the judiciary to do anything to help white people, and should handle matters yourself.
No, and women certainly can't be put into positions of authority because that's what they do with it.
And you will not see justice done until the judge can hang.
Yeah. So this person showed up on Twitter, Shy Hendricks, like this, and many people claim I have no idea. I have an X account. This isn't something I care to confirm or deny. I'm also generally scared they'll find me if I create too much attention for myself. Stayed virtually mute on social media for the past year. If you've seen that this is a strange picture of her here, that's because this isn't Shiloh Hendricks, right?
This is a morbidly obese black man.
This is a fat black guy who has managed to grift a bunch of money off of this from MAGA boomers.
Don't you just love how the blue check mark means nothing now?
Yeah. Yeah. This is who's behind that account. I scammed MAGA. They fell for it again. Thanks for the donations. As he holds up a laptop or something showing it's him. Yeah. Yep. Jamel Lewis. And then there's the Shiloh Hendricks with the 3X's account.
I was under the impression that impersonating someone online to take money was fraud.
It is. As far as I could, I think at some point he's probably going to get in trouble for it, but for the time being, he's gotten away with it. As far as I can tell, at some point, I'm sure that there'll be some kind of repercussions here because he has impersonated somebody. But it's fucking pathetic, and it is kind of the Floyd simpery, towards Shiloh Hendricks, which I understand she has been done dirty, but it's this. Someone just goes out there and says, I'm a right-wing foid. Look, by the way, thank you guys for the donations to the stream. Thank you for donation. Thank you guys for supporting us, right? But how easy it is to sort of to dupe people. And it's because people they want to be helpful.
I don't know. How's the
They do.
sword
It's...
ordering going?
Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
When did the sword get ordered?
I know, take care of that. Look.
That's enough.
Did he go to jail for doing that?
You
can. This is
yeah.
this is legitimately identity theft.
Yes, he's gonna, but nothing will happen because he's black, right? Right. Ultimately, I mean, yes, he should go to jail, but nothing. I doubt anything will happen because he's black.
If he wants to go down to his neighborhood and keep the rent low, you know what I'm saying? You know.
As far Charlotte Hendricks, as far as we know, doesn't have social media. However, I did see this, where they were saying, "Oh, I want to come see Shiloh Hendricks speak at the 22nd of August at the this March."
Can you have those?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know she's certainly not going to be there. This is the Jake Lang guy who put this out. Just thought it was funny. Oh my god, let's do some culture war stuff and we'll get out of here, shall we? I'm not gonna have, you know what? I do have the, no, I do want to get this. Okay. I wanted to, so, couple things. Nolan admitted that he made changes to the Odyssey because of misogyny, because of course he did. I mean, that's obvious. We did talk a little bit about the
so, okay, so you made changes because of misogyny. So you choose the most horrible example of women ever.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to include that they had slept around, that oh my god, did this crash now? Okay. Yeah, Nolan admitted that he deliberately changed the ending of his adaptation of the Odyssey because he believed Homer's conclusion was too misogynistic.
Oh, no, I don't care. Fuck off, man. Nolan.
This keeps crashing.
Stop giving this fucking...
Yeah, who cares? We know he did
exploitative fucking ritual of humiliation.
Yeah, who cares? We know he did it.
Nolan's a fucking hack fraud. He hasn't made a decent film in fucking 10, if not 20 years. Like, if you could name one decent one, I'll call you a fucking lie to your face.
Indeed. This was a bit of a cringe...
Wasn't good.
Yeah, this is a bit of a...
Interstellar?
So wasn't this good. Is...
The Prestige?
This has been going
I haven't seen
around.
The Prestige yet.
This is somebody who
really?
I believe works for... I love The Prestige, by the way.
Okay. Bill, next movie we're going to launch on Tuesday after the Deadwood one is The Prestige, because The Prestige is actually good.
It is actually a legitimately good movie.
Yes.
I think you will like The Prestige. I love The Prestige. I actually think it's Nolan's only really good film.
There's people who are not even Nolan fans who like The Prestige.
I'm not a big... I mean, the Dark Knight movies are okay, but I'm not a big Nolan fan, and I love The Prestige. So, right, this is...
yeah, Prestige Memento.
Someone higher up at Blizzard in World of Warcraft. This is a little clip that I saw going around, because it is just...
It's a woman, fuck off.
Yeah, it's a woman being like, in the same sense of, that was misogynistic. You wouldn't want to show the women who are fucking all the suitors and are betraying, and are betraying, their country. You wouldn't want them to then get what they fucking deserve. Absolutely not. So we changed it to be less misogynistic. And this one, it's like, I really wish we hadn't called it World of Warcraft, because war, that's a bit icky and masculine. I don't like that.
We're not going to forget what happened with the breast milk incident.
Right.
Just because you try and toe the line now.
Yeah, indeed.
I just want to bring it to as many people as possible. And that means, evolving what Warcraft means, what it is.
This is why everyone plays Ascension instead.
Yeah.
This is why you're currently having to try and fight Ascension tooth and nail to shut them down.
You fucking stupid cunt.
What are we lying
about? The moment
about?
you make something for everything, you make something for nothing.
What are we lying about, sir?
We want it to be approachable.
This is a public service announcement. Stop fucking basing your goddamn domain in .gg. .gg is Guernsey. I'm reasonably certain.
Oh, the breast milk thing?
Ascension is an alternative to WoW. It's basically it's a mod of it.
I think that there's people in the chat saying we're lying. Are you talking about the breast milk thing? How that was never confirmed or whatever? Yeah, I mean it's just
the people listen to
we're fucking memeing like it was that is the allegation though, right?
Anyone who's ever actually anyone who's actually played a fucking Blizzard made game will know they're all scum just by fucking feel. Regardless of that,
are you standing up for what's that guy's name? Mark Kern.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have a fucking also. I just don't like Blizzard because they're.
No, you're not. I'm saying people in the chat, like, if you don't know about Mark Kern and his weird fetish stuff, I'm just saying it would not surprise me if he did do that. He ran a website where he made pornography of women beating each other up. And he bought like a super expensive camera, the Red Dragon camera, the same one that Eliza Blue was obsessed with. That stuff he all
But
did.
continuing my public service announcement, .gg is Guernsey's domain name. Do not put shit here if you are going to have the feds after you. We're a tax haven. We still have extradition shit with like the US. I know people who were black bagged from here by the FBI because they were playing silly buggers and they got fucking caught.
Is it a crime to drink milk from the fridge? No, it's weird though. If you drink breast milk, that's fucking weird, man.
And that's also part of it, you know. Even with Chris Metzen, we talk about, sometimes he's like, man, I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft. It sounds kind of intimidating.
What the fuck?
You 100% was ripping the piss.
To whom? This was funny, though. So, Dee Dee Magno Hall, who is a voice actress who worked in Steven Universe as the lesbian, one of many, Pearl, has been
international jewelry
as a Charlie Kirk supporter, and by that is she just follows Charlie Kirk on Instagram, by the way. And they've discovered this, and the freaks who love Steven Universe have been having a rough time. They haven't been dealing with it well. Now, I don't really give a shit. I've seen a couple episodes of Steven Universe. I did not like it, but of course they're very upset. And she did. Miss Lesbian, voiced by a magazine. All she did was follow Charlie Kirk. Maybe she followed him because she hated him, right? It's very possible that
I really don't care about any of these people. Like, if you are upset about someone following someone on Instagram, please die.
Yeah, you're fucking insane in the first place. There's no evidence that she's
Please let them all eat each other.
And so I have problems on both sides of the board on this, because I've seen people on the right be like, oh yeah, she's base, she's our girl. I'm like, for what? For following Charlie Kirk? What? I mean, it's
fucking grip on yourself.
Evidence either direction. Like, anyone jumping on this, it's a bit pathetic. People who are obviously
it costs you
like,
nothing
I have to
to
burn
not
on my
simp.
Steven Universe stuff now because
agreed.
like those people are more pathetic, but also being like,
wow,
she's our
he's
girl.
really pathetic
pretty
people
pathetic,
that could be completely ousted from
Speaking
society
of
and nothing
pathetic.
bad would happen. I should really care.
Speaking of pathetic, I'm a huge fan of Oni Plays. I've loved one of my
Pretty much
favorite Let's
universally
Players ever.
loved.
They are universally loved. And if you're not,
Is that character on the right? Is
Ding
that
Dong.
It reminds me of Cow and Chicken.
I got more of like one of the big heads from Rocky's Modern Life.
A bit, yeah. But
oh yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah,
so
a little bit of that too.
This
Hey
character,
Rocco, how's it going?
this character is Ding Dong, and when Oni Plays, which is a Let's Play channel that was started by Chris O'Neill, who old school Newgrounds animator, and he's another person who's on the show very frequently is Zach Hadel, who's the creator of Smiling Friends, which is a very, very popular animated cartoon series, adult animated cartoon series that's extremely popular and beloved, and people love Oni and Oni Plays, and people love Zach Hadel. All years and years ago now, like nearly a decade ago, the two original co-hosts of Oni Plays, Ding Dong and Julian, left the show to go make games, which, by the way, what they've spent the next the last decade doing is not really making games, but promising to make a whole bunch of porn games. It's all gay porn. Ding Dong and Julian are gay men. I will say, I thought they were very funny when they were playing off of Chris. I liked those old Let's Plays. They were very funny. A couple years ago, Ding Dong and Julian came out and said that they were abused by Aaron Hansen, that's Ego Raptor, another old school Newgrounds animator. They were abused by him, and the difference is everyone hates Aaron Hansen. He's a very disliked figure in many ways. I might actually set that my launch back like 15 minutes so I can get through this stuff. Let me do that real quick. Hang on a second. Anywho, so what? Oh no. What did do? Okay. I was gonna set this back by 15 minutes. There we go. 11:15. Okay. Trying to remember my story here on this to try and get through the... Okay, they came out against Aaron Hansen. They said he was a terrible boss. He was a big, meanie, bad guy, awful. And everyone kind of was on board with them because, well, Aaron Hansen is a disliked figure, right? He's very much disliked, and he's a dick. A lot of people do not like Aaron Hansen, so everyone kind of got on board with them and said, oh, wow, yes, kings. We love you calling out Aaron Hansen. But now they've decided to call out Oni and call him a right-wing chud. So that's why I'm talking about it today, because it's really funny. Because one of the things that has come out of this, yes, he kicked off the half Persian off his show. Ego Raptor kicked off, kicked off JonTron for being too based. And one of the things that has come out of this, because Ding Dong himself brings it up, is that Ding Dong has a fetish for...
You're gonna want to brace yourself, folks.
You get ready for this. You can't possibly imagine this. He calls himself a furry, but his particular furry fetish is that he likes to imagine being eaten and digested by a tuba.
We really are led by the least, aren't we?
And everybody else is a racist chud, though. This is the guy he wants your sympathy for his horrible former friends who are the only reason anybody knows who he is. Because they're right-wing chuds, he's sure of it. By the way, there's no indication that either Chris O'Neill or Zach Hadel are right-wing chuds. There really isn't. But he's convinced of it because he's a lunatic, right? Who gets off to be the idea of being eaten by a tuba. How do you think about that, Spoon, by the way? How does that strike you? Spoon? Did he die?
It's finally happened.
Oh no, he died. He died of cringe. Well, for those of you who are still alive, let's listen to some of it, shall we?
Gee, an episode about getting overly offended and wanting to kill people. It's weird that that's a consistent theme, huh? It's in more than one episode, even.
He's talking about, I think he's talking about Smiling Friends, or he could be talking about Oni Plays. There's one thing where he's like, he brings up Zach making a joke about someone being like, oh, I do that, but I can't because of my OCD, my ADHD, and my autism, and my... People who have a million diagnoses and reasons, excuses for themselves that are all, you know, medicalized, psychiatrized. And that's because that describes Ding Dong. That's why he's offended by that.
The Hidden Worm Society running the government. That's why that shit is in there. You have to remember a lot of the people who are in...
Yes, a tuba as in the brass instrument, as in this. He likes to imagine being eaten by this and digested inside of the brass tuba. That's what he's into.
Involved. You have to remember where a lot of these people came from prior. People just wanted to kind of automatically assume that if they stay
you've seen
quiet
Smiling
for
Friends,
long...
this is him just shitting on. He's just jealous. He's jealous that Smiling Friends is a super successful cartoon, and he is not a super successful game designer.
Long enough, their mentality has changed, even though they haven't. Man, I can go back to an example that's not even from the show. I only got to hear about this one because I don't watch the videos, but I had someone quote it at me, and I'd be like, why are you saying that?
Where he gets upset about the fact that he is being described by Zach.
Man, that's nasty as shit. That I had somebody at one point say to me, like, I am bipolar and I am autistic and these are the things that I have and these are the things that I deal with. And I was like, what are you doing?
Pisses me off. That's like, I don't know if it's my autism or my OCD or my Asperger's or my schizophrenia or my bipolar disorder, but that
you want it all to look nice.
And they went, oh, it's a bit. And I was like, that's not a bit.
It is a bit, but it's not a bit for him because that's his life. That is his life where it's like, yeah, but I do have OCD and autism and ADHD and bipolar and schizophrenia, and so it's very serious for me. That's why I can't function.
Where did you even hear that one from? And they told me, and I'd be like, man, do you know why he said that? Because he's seriously just trying to insult people who have to deal with things like...
No, he's insulting people who have a million excuses and these medicalized bullshit they came up for why they cannot do anything in society. Yeah, and that should be made fun of, because it's pathetic.
Like that. That's why I said, I'm confused why people weren't able to pick up on this. I thought it was really obvious.
And what he's saying is, I thought it was really obvious that guy who just said that bit about, oh, my OCD, my autism, I thought it was really obvious that they were far-right neo-Nazis for that.
I thought it was really clear, because in the past, everyone did pick up on it. I don't know what changed.
What changed is that you're a lunatic, man. Oh, this is the tuba stuff. Okay, we have to watch the tuba.
People over and over.
So funny. Here's how he claims that Chris O'Neill, Oni, outed him as being a gay furry for making a joke about a tuba in an episode of where they're playing video games. And you'll see it's in this clip where you can see the example of where he gets outed against his will for being a gay tuba furry.
They do it to a lot of people, by the way, constantly. Taking vague shots at people over and over and over again. They did it to us, too. They did it to another situation, and a lot of people found out about it later and figured out, like, oh, that's what that meant. I didn't really get it, but now I get it. Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. If there's something they say in a video that doesn't make a lot of sense, they're probably referencing an actual person that they're hoping to hurt
Wait
through
till you
one of
see
their
what the
videos.
reference is.
That was why they brought up the tuba thing in the one video. That was them trying to take a shot at me.
That's just physics.
This is it. This is the clip where they are taking an obvious shot at him because of his bizarre tuba fetish.
Mm-hmm. Is that a big tuba? What is that? Oh, I'm horny. Let's go into it.
I don't know, Ding Dong. Could it be that a tuba is a horn, and so Chris's joke is, a tuba, I'm horny, and not that you have a weird fetish for being eaten by tubas?
Fuck.
You think,
I'm not horny
you
anymore.
just turned to a non-existent camera and smiled, just to let Ding Dong know. It's like, this is about
Only
you.
Ding Dong would know, even if they were. Nobody knew that he had this fetish before these crash outs. So nobody
Until he
would have
opened
known.
his mouth.
Until he told everybody he had a weird fetish for being eaten by tubas. And now he's gone back to this Let's Play and been like, no, that's clearly a reference to me. What a fucking narcissist.
Now I'm horny. There you go. Damn it.
And they were trying to expose people to the
You
fact
made
that
it basically just went down there because he felt like it didn't land.
This is the last, like, political sort of one. There's a lot of these, though. And it's weird that he admits that they were, like, eavesdropping on Chris while he was in the bathroom and doing weird, sick shit. Can you not please freeze here? Thank you.
Wouldn't be surprised if we had a fucking
This one,
camera
however,
up there.
is he claims that this is all a lie, too, by the way. That this is his real
Can I just
damning...
walk in on?
It's a lot, man. I'm not going to reiterate it, so I'm going to move off this in a second. But his evidence that Chris O'Neill and the Oni Plays people, Zach Hadel, are right-wing chuds, is this Let's Play of Dustborn that they put out, according to him, during Trump's inauguration. I'll fact-check this in a minute.
I don't watch the videos or anything, but I sure as shit did see the Dustborn thumbnails.
So the thing about the Dustborn thumbnail is press triangle to trigger is a game mechanic. The people who are in this thumbnail, the Oni Plays, members, are dressed as the characters from the game. They are in their
The
costumes.
UI elements from it.
Yes. This is all,
Oh,
the
cringe.
only thing they've added is, I guess, him holding the thing of Soylent, but press triangle to trigger is a game mechanic. And he's saying that this
When
is
he's in
an
they are literally
anti-SJW
just
thumbnail.
The most you could say is like, okay, there's a couple of soy jacks here. Like that's the Reddit soy jack on the left. The fist.
I guess, yeah.
And
They're making fun of Redditors. If that
Yeah.
offends you, then guess what?
I mean, yeah, but this is evidence that they're
You're a Reddit
right-wing
user,
chuds.
yeah.
Like that they're far
those
right.
people?
Yeah, because they're just
How?
I know. Because it was released during Trump's inauguration, that's why. And just say, it's saying you're triggered. See, Oni's pointing at the viewer with triangle triggered because you're triggered because Trump's been reelected. That's, I think, the insane gymnastics that his brain has gone into to make this a specific anti-left call-out thing. Yeah.
That was not a mistake posting that.
Oh.
During Trump's inauguration and everything either.
Here's the thing, it wasn't during Trump's inauguration. It was not even close. It was like, I think like the next week or sometime afterwards or before it, but it was not during Trump's inaugurations. That's just factually incorrect.
Clearly it was backlogged. Yeah, the SJW thumbnails and everything. Gee, I wonder why this is going up.
Maybe because it's an SJW game? It is also tiresome, indeed. This is very funny, though. If you want to look into it. You know what? I think I'll end on this, because I have some more stuff to, regarding the Hunter Biden, or the Hunter Biden / Nick Fuentes discussion. I'll just play a little bit of this, and I'll end on something Fuentes said in it that I did like, but, this is just, the first thing said.
The kind of first question that I had whenever I caught wind that you wanted to do an interview like this is, why now?
Oh,
what made
man.
you want to sit down for this kind of interview?
Well, I think it's an interesting conversation to have.
Again, I think they want to rehabilitate Hunter Biden. I think that he is a perfect face for the Democrats. He's a crackhead, he's a loser. He's got the Biden name on him. I think they'll love him. He's a white guy. That's kind of, that's not great for them. But he's perfect. A crackhead on a redemption arc. So he's going to talk to Nick Fuentes.
Of all of us here. And, I think it's a moment in our country when there's a lot of realignment. I think that people recognize, especially in the past couple of years, I'm like a non-conventional critic, maybe.
Why are they filming this in a hotel
what's
bedroom?
happening.
Yeah, it's very weird. The hotel bedroom, like they're all going to fuck afterwards, is a very strange
Maybe
look.
this is where they found Hunter.
You know what I mean?
Not really. After doing a bunch of crap.
So it looks like
Yeah.
a really unconvincing hotel room. You notice that?
Well, Hunter's got to, dig around in the carpet for
Looks
some
very
Parmesan.
old. This looks like a set.
It does look like a set, but it's a
Oh.
weird set. Why would you make a set to look like a
Why would you?
hotel?
Why in a
Why would you have a hotel room that's broad?
Very strange.
Why would it have, why would it have oak furniture?
I mean, I guess this is Channel 5 News or whatever. That's the guy who's hosting it.
Look at 70s.
Yeah, so it adds to the porno aesthetic, right? That they're all about to shoot a porno.
Is there a fucking litter box in the background on the right?
I
Or is
don't
that an
know.
open
Kind of
suitcase
looks like
drugs?
one. Don't know. I'll have to search through that for his crack.
And so I think it'll be an interesting, productive conversation.
something
I
at
think
the
it'll be
corner of
different.
that screen.
But I mean, specifically because we kind of share a publicist. I heard that you wanted to kind of.
Okay. Go back a bit to that wide shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wide, not that one. The wider one where they cut to the studio view. There.
Is it a cat? No, I think it's just some equipment.
It's an open suitcase.
Yeah. Maybe it is. It is
Does
clearly
that
a
look-
set. but
and
yeah.
okay, either that's some white linens in the front, or those are baggies.
I think. Yeah, it's probably just for this is a set, so it probably is just for
It's just a fucking
lighting or whatever.
Who's a blonde?
Okay. we have a publicist that you hit up, and you said that you wanted to talk to someone who would give you kind of a fair shot to like clear up some things and maybe some misconceptions about you and the things you believe.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I think that, I'm somebody who, I think like you, actually, maybe we have this in common, is kind of pigeonholed in a certain way for things that we've done in the past or things that we've said.
Yeah, I'm a crackhead.
But I'm racist, right?
I got pigeonholed there. Mine is
A crackhead and a racist. Look at the guy who looks at the camera. I'm a crackhead. I'm a racist, and then that's how their
legitimately
friendship was
hitting
born.
the office. Look. I'd heard some rumors that they had spiked Hunter's drink with something to make him freak out in this, but I don't think he's really spurging out hard enough for that to be the case.
That is a I've just made a mistake look.
Yeah, right.
So it says, "Well, bang goes my career."
Indeed. That's basically
true.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
mine's a little true.
The tapping
Maybe a
foot
little
really
no.
shows it there.
But yeah, so I think it'd be good to clear up some of the misrepresentations and.
Yeah, I'm a crackhead. I'm a racist. And on that note, friends, let me give you a link to the upcoming premiere here, which I will be over at in just a minute. It's going to start in 15. I did set it back because I wasn't sure if we get out of here in time. We do have a couple extra minutes, so I can do some other stuff here for a minute while I... No, I have to set out the tweet for it and things. However, yeah, because I had to set up a tweet, we will get out here. Go ahead and check that out. It will be live in 15 minutes. It's 50 minutes long. 50. 50. And I think it's got some pretty cool research in it, some pretty interesting stuff. If Overcast is not this week, it will be it's every other week, so it will be next week. This week I will be at an event. There's a speaking event that Blam Blast and Scrump are doing in where is it? I can't remember now. Stevenage. And I will be at that event. There'll probably be some other people from basket weaving kind of stuff there as well. So I'll be in England for the weekend. And then also speaking of, if you want to come see me live, and not just me, but Millennial Woes, Emil Kierkegaard, Luke Gilfetter, Blam Blast Britannica, all those guys, Harry Robinson, we will all be speaking at the Wittan in Bedfordshire, England on August 28th. So if you happen to be in the UK and you would like to come see me live, I will be there along with a lot of other very cool speakers. So yeah, we'll be there, Kiza, at the Gate lecture. That'd be fucking cool. It'd be nice to see you there, Kiza. Alrighty, guys. That is it for the evening. I hope you have had fun. Thank you all so much for hanging out and for all of your donations, and we will see you next week. I'll see you on Sunday as well for on Science Temple.